for me.
Welcome to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Descent into Avernus, where that's exactly where we are. We have gone to hell. And let's jump right into introductions. And the caretaker of hell in this case is Kashcah.
Hi, yes, that's me.
She's the dungeon master.
I mean, what else?
I mean, that's... It seemed your camera got bumped at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then moving down there, we've got playing as Malvola.
Hi, I'm Nightcaste. I'm hoping we don't get killed today, because we did a lot better when we planned things out before we took this, took an action, and now it's like, oh, we're just gonna charge right. Oh, geez.
Yep, we haven't rested. We're short on spells and hit points, and we're just charging into a graveyard full of undead. What could possibly go wrong? And then we're gonna jump around today, playing as Grimm. I surprised him. Not Nobby. Not Nobby. I don't think he can hear us.
Oh no.
The surprise was too much.
We'll come back to Grimm. We'll go with playing as Thorn.
Hey, hi, I'm Ghostwoods, and unlike Nightcaste, I long for the sweet release of death.
And he will
That can be arranged.
He will drag us all down with him. And then playing as Coyra.
Hi, I'm No, I'm Shy, playing as Coyra. I'm a half-elf druid, weirdly enough, hates wood, and this is sticky.
But still has a connection to a quarterstaff for some reason.
Hey, some secrets will stay secret.
And then playing as Grimm, because I think he's back.
Yeah, kind of. Who's dragging us where?
Exactly. We have no idea.
Yeah. I'm obviously Nobby the Confused at the moment. Sorry, having issues. I'm playing as Grimm, a shifter, semi-holy monk, otherwise known as target for practically every monster we encounter. Death walking, that kind of thing.
They do a good job of hitting you, too. And then we've got myself. I'm Vallen. I will be playing as Palkas, a half-orc wild magic sorcerer. And, yeah, we're all currently in hell. So let's do the recap of the last episode, episode 21, The Way of the Open Hand. We followed Seltern, the halfling that we had discovered, under a pile of bodies, acting like he was dead, into the catacombs, realizing we couldn't shut the structure, but we could at least close the trapdoor. We then came upon hundreds of refugees and hiding in the main chamber. Seltern immediately reported to Farah Jinx, who seemed to be the one in charge, and held a book that seemed to be the contract of all the people of the city with their pledge to it. We told her who we were and our mission to find Older Ravengard, as well as the betrayal of Thavius Creek. We also didn't ask them any questions whatsoever, except where he went, by the way. At first, she was in denial, but Rhea, one of their own, reinforced our claims as truth, and I could not spell more poorly on this recap. I'm sorry. We left 2 of our ration bags with the refugees, and Rhea and Seltern stayed to help protect the refugees should any non-devils descend into the catacombs and threaten them, as they seemed to be protected or warded from devils from entering at least. We decided to forego a long rest, poorly decided to forego a long rest and only take a short one and make a map of Elturel in the meantime. We then left to the city graveyard to try and find what happened to Older Ravengard and his crew. Along the path, we found a man being hassled by 3 Belazau, goat-like devils with a necrotic aura. We killed them and tried to escort the man to High Hall with the rest of the refugees, but he insisted on staying and helping us, while also secretly casting a charm spell on Palkas, and forcing his will to take them to the city defenders. Palkas agreed, and the party begrudgingly allowed the new tag-along to follow. He kept asking questions and eventually rose Thorn's suspicions enough that he was discovered as an incubus. The party all attacked it immediately upon the reveal, felling it. The party moved on to the graveyard to find that a large group of undead had arisen and a purple glow was abound. Though the undead in the area didn't seem to notice the party, we proceeded inside anyway to find several undead minotaur blocking our path, who did seem to notice the party. And episode 22, At Death's Door. And hopefully that's just a title and nothing to do with what we're actually about to experience.
This is totally a ring and run. Everybody move.
Thank you, Shy.
Ding dong bitch. Absolutely.
Yes, quite.
Yep.
So, Kashcah, would you care
Bye.
to reintroduce us to the graveyard, which we are currently...
Well,
in the
actually,
city?
I'm going to do kind of maybe a slightly different thing. I'm going to move you over to a new map.
Oh, crap.
Da,
Uh-oh.
da, da, da.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming when I saw no tokens on.
Oh,
last
I
map.
didn't even notice that.
So your tokens are up in like the upper right, and you are kind of heading in from that direction. And yeah, you can see kind of ahead of you. The steps kind of going up. You can see a couple of double doors here. These pillars kind of that are along this kind of porch here. You can see also a bunch of broken windows. Here in the building, and then also further down here. And these guys, yeah, these three Minotaur skeletons are kind of roaming around in the front there.
I'm also noticing that they are like 2x2 tokens.
Yeah, just
which
little
is
guys.
making me go, oh boy.
They are chunky lads. Yep.
You can say chunky boy, it's okay.
I prefer chunky lads. Skeletons.
So are we somewhere around here?
Go up.
The path.
We're
I know. I can see where our icons are. I mean, us as characters, if we come along the path, we're just kind of
Yeah. You just,
ambling in a patch over the grave.
Well, how would you? Actually, you tell me. How would you approach? Would you be sticking to the path, or would you be like? Are you trying to kind of be stealthy in your approach and kind of lurking amongst the gravestones of the cemetery, or what you up to?
I think we were just avoiding the other undead.
Which means we probably would have been sticking more or less to the path,
Assuming that they
depending on where the undead are.
Would you
Yeah,
say
that sounds about right.
previous undead were wandering around the tombstones or on the path or both?
They were more in amongst the graves. Yeah.
Then we'd I would guess, that was just me, others are welcome to their own, I would guess that we'd probably be sticking to the path mostly.
Okay. And I do think we were about to roll turn order
Oh
when
Of course we are.
boy.
we approach. Let's do that.
Okay.
Otherwise known as Nobby's probably going to die.
You and me both, and everyone else with us. We're in hell.
I'm actually. I was thinking about this earlier. I'm actually worried about how are these other undead going to react when we start fighting these minotaurs.
Yup. Who's to say you
Oh,
have
way
to
to
fight
find
everything too? Maybe they're
Who's to
friends.
say we're going to have a choice?
There's open windows on the side of the building. We just walk around.
Because I'm sure there are no more undead inside.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
Never.
Yeah, these guys are just trying to just here to keep the undead out. That's what it is, right?
Kashcah, do
Indeed.
you have a Minotaur handout?
Oh, I do. I think I showed you last week. Here, I can
Did
grab
you?
it for you quick.
I don't remember.
There we go.
I remember.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a
Why
That's
good
did
kind
one.
of
you
a
ask
cool
about
looking
it?
axe, but
There
I'll
we go.
pass on that. Polearm axe.
I think you
Well,
gave me
considering
questions
it's
to
like
answer.
as big as your character.
Hey, I've
It's-
got strength 19 right now, so I could probably wield it. Carrying it.
You just throw it at people, like, here, catch, and then they fall down, and then you can coup de grace.
Well, I might go to swing it and go flying with it, but
Hey, cheap flight.
Sorry.
Okay. Alright, so Grimm, actually, you're up first.
Of course I am.
I mean,
Did they to continue from where we left off last time? Did they make any moves towards us? Did they all
they
turn?
haven't,
or-
but this guy for sure sees you.
Okay. So we have been noticed.
I mean, you're right there.
It's the first undead that's actually noticed our presence.
Which, to me, so leaves it to me. Do we initiate the fight or not? Hey,
You can hold. You don't have to.
This is where
Okay.
Palkas grabs
I've seen you
Thorn's
with your
shoulder and
empty eye
says,
sockets,
"Wait,
yeah.
let's see what Grimm does."
thanks. So I get blamed if we get killed.
I'm just kidding. You know what's going to happen. I don't
I know we're going to wind up fighting these, so you know what? For my main attack,
You're going to say,
I'm going to fire a warning shot.
Big Minotaur.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Spoopy.
And
That's a,
for my
that's a bad omen.
for my extra attack,
Oh, that might hit.
he'll take 7 radiant damage.
Ooh, let me check something.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
no, it's fine. Okay. Alright, 7 radiant damage it is.
And then I'm going to do something that I think this is actually the first time I've done this entire campaign so far. I'm going to spend one of my 2 remaining key points for patient defense,
Okay.
What?
which means if they attack me, they attack at disadvantage.
What?
Okay.
What? Why
Yes,
would
I'm
you-
using I'm using something defensive. I know
What?
it's rare,
Are you okay?
and that
It's a whole-
uses up my bonus action, so that ends my turn.
Okay.
You only get 2 key points back for a short rest then.
No, I get all my key points back. But remember when we fought those goat men, I burned through like 3 key points in
Oh,
almost
yeah,
no time.
I do remember. We did kind of go all out on those guys.
Well, I was playing with my new toy,
Yeah.
my stunning strike. Somehow I don't know that would work on these guys.
I guess we will never know.
They're stunners as it is.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright, Coyra. Moving
Wow.
on.
Before I do anything, if I would use my thingy, entanglement, since it's not a full token in it, would it actually affect them or not? Like,
Right, with entanglement they get a save to.
yeah, they
I
get a
think they have to make a strength check to break free.
I would give them advantage on that. Let me look at
Okay.
entanglement.
I might as well give it a try.
There you go. That's
So
convenient.
I'm gonna use it
Okay.
like here.
Okay.
Please say the arrows are showing.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are. A creature in the area where you cast the spell must succeed in the strength saving throw or be restrained till the spell ends. Alright, so I'm gonna give these.
Good thing
2
I'm sure they're wimps.
I mean, it's worth a try.
At
Leave
the
me.
very least, it'll slow them down a little bit.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well,
I
they make
hope.
the strength saving throw now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I think so. Vallen, can you make a square really quick over my arrows?
Sure, put
Thank
your arrows
you.
back up.
so the lowest roll was 18.
Is what? Sorry?
It was 18.
Ouch.
Yeah, saves. Just barely. No.
Okay.
Created a big area of difficult terrain to slow down the back too. And maybe a little bit of the
They
front
kind
one.
of kick their hoofed feet in anger.
It's like, haha, plants.
We eat
And then-
plants.
That ends my turn.
Okay. Thorn.
Okay. I am going to charge in. Sword blazing.
Alright.
Hiya!
My character sheet gets out of the way anyway. Thank you.
It's a much bigger map than it looks like. 'Cause, like, getting up to this guy is like 40 feet just to get over there for me.
Was it the double grid again?
No, it's just the. It's just
No, they're just
these are
large.
small squares. That's all. It's a bigger map.
You do see that these doors, by the way, are hanging open. That will hit.
That's a good hit.
So if we
And the
survive, there
last
won't
one
be any
will
problem
be
going in.
my...
Even if we don't, because it's a mausoleum.
Oh, you think somebody's going to take the time to bury you? Those all hit. Pow, 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 pow.
That's not bad. That's alright. 36 damage.
Yeah, he's seriously hurt by your attacks.
I should have that coming as well.
Ah,
39.
wowzers.
Minotaur starts to cry.
Yeah, seriously. Necrotic tears down his little face.
Do skeleton minotaurs have tear ducts, though?
Are you gonna get close enough to find out?
You notice I stayed back instead of rushing all the way in, like some people.
Well, fighter's got to fight.
You're a
Also,
ranger.
arrows against the skeleton.
Okay, so Lulu.
Well, it's the same kind of damage, though. Piercing damage.
Yeah, but this is magical. The arrows are just silver.
Lulu
I
says to
hope
you,
it's not the difference.
she says to you, I think I should not make noise. And she's like, I'm worried that the other skeletons and zombies will join the fight if I trumpet at these guys. So she does fly like a little bit closer, but she's not gonna trumpet at them. So Palkas, it is your turn.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, they got a 2 on initiative. I like that. Kashcah doesn't, but
what we got for cantrips? I guess the mind sliver is not really gonna work. I don't think there's much mind there. Oh, but
how long does that thing you cast that your next regular spell, is that still in effect? The thing you cast you did something last
Tides
week.
of chaos or something.
Yeah, that your next regular spell would be an automatic search.
Right.
I just remembered that and wondered if it was still in effect.
Oh yes.
It should be until I take a long rest, which is why I'm casting a cantrip.
So somebody knocked Palkas out, so he's out for 8 hours.
It's fine. I'm casting my anti-undead cantrip. Just chill.
Come on then. Let's
Literally,
see.
chill.
What you got?
16.
Touch.
Shooting this dude. The dude in front of Thorn.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay.
He's like a big chunky lad.
16
to miss.
necrotic
Ooh.
damage.
Nice.
And he is undead, right? So
He is, and because of that, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
I might have, a couple of different targets in mind. So yeah.
So in other words, since it's disadvantage against me because of patient defense and disadvantage against you because of your cantrip, they're going to go after everybody else.
Something like that. Who's to say that they're that bright? And I'm going to move 20 feet, and then I'm done.
Okay. All right. So, Malvola. This guy's looking pretty worse for wear. Like he's on his last legs.
Like hamburger?
Well,
there's no real meat, so
char-boiled at this point.
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
You don't know
one at the wounded one. This is true.
Nice.
Wait, what?
It's Eldritch Boop.
Oh.
You get a boop, and you get a boop.
Yep.
So that's it, the wounded one, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. He crumbles. Ugh.
And the second one at the one in the middle.
I think
This one here.
that will also hit. Okay. And 6 points on him. Alrighty.
That might have worked out really well. Because those other two have to come across difficult terrain.
Yes.
Or they could just walk around it.
Don't give her ideas. Well, depends what way. They have to climb stairs then.
There's
I don't know that they're really that smart to, let's look at their intelligence. Yeah, no, they're not.
It's not like they're undead mind flayers or something. Highly intelligent.
So this guy is going to try and they're both going to try and charge forward. And it's going to be, he seems to be kind of like looking at Grimm, like you see these two kind of like glowing green eyes like
You can't
staring
see
at
me.
you, and then he starts charging through this, and it's like like pulling his feet or like getting all entangled a little bit, and it's just difficult for him to kind of charge through, and so he decides to switch targets and
Gets exhausted, starts huffing and puffing,
and comes over here. He was gonna bust a move for you, but could not make it that far in the end. So
shucks.
let me just measure this guy.
Don't worry, Thorn. If you die, we'll give you a nice funeral.
And
I'm
this
sure he's
guy
fine.
is gonna make his way
Death is just an illusion.
through. Yeah, right here.
No, I think it's a Minotaur skeleton.
So he does not make it very far at all. He gets like a good start, but then quickly slows down once he hits the entangle barrier.
Good job, Coyra. You tired him out.
But this guy is gonna get his swing in with that mighty great axe that he has. He rolls a 24 to hit.
It misses you, right?
It's enough to hit.
And he does 21 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
2-0, 21,
2-1. Yep.
2-1. Right.
That's
That's not even half.
That's a lot of damage.
And that's them.
He was just trying to cut you in half, that's all.
Oh gosh.
So Grimm, it is your turn.
Okay. I feel like I wasted patient defense, but anyway.
I have a feeling at some point Thorn's gonna die, and then we're gonna find out this isn't even his final form.
Somehow I have a feeling this isn't the only thing we're going to face here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the one currently slashing at Thorn.
That hits.
Then my
So
extra
does that
attack.
one. They both do.
Okay, let's do that first. So that's a total of 17 radiant damage.
Very nice.
That hurts.
I don't trust the way he was eyeing me. Now that he's not being slowed down. So you know what? It's my last one, but we're going patient defense again just in case.
Okay.
You're like, they're gonna
That
cut their
ends-
way through Thorn and right to me.
Oh, you little fae.
Well, the one that was giving me the stink eye earlier is free of the rough terrain, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
All right. Coyra.
Coyra actually remembered that she can wild shape. So she's gonna wild shape into a giant toad.
Giant
So-
toad?
Yes, a giant toad. So in the background you all hear ribbit, ribbit. Is it a bonus action while shaping or not?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for you.
Mm-hmm.
They've cast a spell on Coyra. No, I'm kidding.
Someone find a prince.
Kill them in the spell. Oh, he's a witch.
And wait. Uh, how big is this thing? Just so that I know.
Let's have a look. Giant toad. Giant
I have the
toad,
sheet
where
open
are
of it.
you?
I can share it in the Discord if you want.
Should say like in there somewhere. Oh, you are large, so you are as big as they are.
Okay,
Well,
good.
I mean, like, you know, token wise.
Are you
I'm
gonna enlarge?
Picturing a toad the size of a Volkswagen, and that's just weird.
Are you gonna enlarge Coyra? Her icon?
Oh,
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Here we go.
I thought you meant somebody casting enlarge on the
Ribbit.
giant toad. Turn it into Mega Toad.
Okay, this thing cannot move far. Damn it. Didn't look at that.
That's right.
Whoops.
Yeah, maybe it's got reach with the tongue attack.
Yeah.
I'd be able to jump.
It's 5 feet.
Oh,
The tongue attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still,
20
any
feet.
tongue that can reach 5 feet is still impressive.
I'm just gonna move up to here, and that's it. That's the end of my turn, so you guys see a giant toad just leaping over you. Especially Palkas notices the toad.
Right.
What the?
Okay.
Ignore any droppings you might see behind Grimm.
Alright, Thorn.
well, I mean, stabby. What's this actually? Reload character sheet for me. One, two. Oh, nice.
That hurts.
Well, he got at least one attack in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hits as well.
Dang.
Almost feel sorry for the Minotaurs.
I don't.
I said almost.
Alright.
Dang.
That's me.
29.
Yep.
Or
He's
2.
also seriously damaged.
Ouch.
He's having a rough day.
Coyra, in your toad brain, you hear Lulu say, "That's impressive."
Just see Coyra. Lump.
Palkas continues shooting at the closest Minotaur with his chill touch spell. Or cantrip, excuse me. Does 14 hit?
It does.
Dang, alright.
Yeah, these guys suck at
10
armor
necrotic.
Ow.
No healing.
Oh, they're not
against-
exactly small targets either.
Disadvantage against me.
Yep.
Plus, they hit like a truck.
Alright, Malvola.
I keep closing my character sheet when I'm not like.
You know, you can double click on it to minimize it.
Yes, and that's what I normally do, and for some reason today I'm like doing it wrong.
Or
Just pressing the
I'll
button.
just have it open as a separate window.
I haven't figured out how to do that yet.
You don't want to.
Can...
It's not worth it.
It is.
You lose some abilities on the screen.
Okay,
Shoo.
so I
that will hit.
boop the close one to,
And he's dead.
Yay.
and the other one.
That also hits.
Once again, a boop for you and a boop for you.
He's being very sharing.
So he is
I'll
going
boop you on the nose and boop you on the nose.
I don't know that. Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna do that because I don't think that that's actually. Oh, you know what? Okay. No, we'll save that for something else. All right. He's gonna move up, and he's going to attack again. Swings his great axe for a 19, which I think misses, doesn't it?
19 misses.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
Yes.
And Grimm.
thank you, high AC.
Okay. Well, it's been working so far, so
Yeah.
at the one remaining,
That's that also
and
hits.
since I'm out of key points, I'll just use bonus attack to hit a third time
Fantastic.
They all hit.
for a total of 23 radiant damage.
Superb.
He is
And
hurt.
my turn.
Coyra. Giant
Coyra
toad
leaps
Coyra.
forward again next to Thorn and help
Flinches.
Oh
me
god.
guide me how to use this, but how do I do the bite thing again?
So the bite you're doing like a roll of 1d20 plus 4.
Yeah.
Of course, I got this image. She hops up next to Thorn. I'll protect you and swallow.
You'd be safe inside my belly.
Yeah, except for the acid damage.
Oh, psh.
And one question, where do you see the
What's the little acid damage between friends? Come on.
the 1d whatever you said? I already forgot, sorry.
It's a 1d20 plus 4.
Where do you see that?
So like in the toad attributes, the bite, it says melee weapon attack plus 4 to hit.
Yeah?
Okay. So like to hits are always 1d20. So
Okay.
unless you've got something super weird going.
Plus 4.
That misses. I'm sorry.
You just see Coyra. And completely like hit between the rib cage or something. Like, it's air.
Now you hit that vacant spot just below
Yeah,
the rib cage to the one side
Yep.
of the spine.
Still getting used to this
Exactly.
toad. Yeah,
That's the end of
how
my
the
turn.
toad works.
I mean, I can jump. Hey, I didn't crush onto Palkas.
Alright, Thorn. Oh no. Your turn, Thorn.
I shall pocket the wet toad. Oh, brother, stab him behind the door.
Wait, what?
That is the only correct answer.
Both of those hit. 13 and...
That's me.
Okay. Alright. He's not long for this world, really. Lulu is just hanging out in the back. Palkas.
I'll repeat.
Okay.
Necro chill touch.
Lulu's hanging out in the back with her pom-poms cheering us on.
14
nice.
necro ticks.
Oof. He is mostly dead.
He's been mostly dead all day.
Oh no. When he woke up this morning, he was feeling much better.
Less mostly dead than
He's
this.
undead.
Malvola.
Oh,
Maybe. Oh, anyway.
That's it.
Malvola.
So he's mostly re-dead?
I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna double boop him.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, one boop is plenty. And
He's just
Gotta get that extra boop in for
double tap.
good measure, though.
Oh yeah, can't waste it.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Alright.
Rule number 2, double tap.
Made short work of those Minotaur skeletons.
And a good thing too, because if they had not been slowed down via the entangle, they could have made short work of Thorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One chop took away half his health.
He is tough to hit.
The fact they came one at a time is extremely useful.
Yes.
Thank you, Coyra.
Ribbit.
So,
So,
how are the rest of the undead reacting?
they are not. There's no reaction from them. They are still shambling around the gravestones.
Palkas quickly moves over with the rest of the people. I don't. It appears they haven't attacked us. I don't know how long that will hold true. We should probably keep going.
So as you get closer, you see these pillars here are carved to resemble people, actually, and these. So they're decorating this kind of white marble patio, and these are large mahogany doors that are ajar, and you can see very clearly that the windows down here, there is all kinds of stained glass, coloured glass broken on the ground where these have just completely shattered. So. Okay.
Let's take a peek through the open doors.
Okay, so as you're kind of venturing up and you kind of taking a peek through the door, some stuff happens.
Of course it does.
Remember that patient defense? It's too late now.
Remember those key points that I now have none?
Yeah.
So the shadows.
Oh, crap.
The shadows of these pillars that are kind of carved to resemble various humans begin kind of extending and distorting a bit as you kind of lean in the door a little bit to have a look.
Have I mentioned that I hate this place?
Just a few
Oh,
times.
wow, that's a lot of.
Grimm, come back down here.
So they kind of, well, so on some of them the shadows become kind
Well, I'm
of
not sure I can
distorted.
yet.
Distorted and misshapen, and they kind of, this one kind of, the one that's over here kind of elongates and creeps towards Grimm. And you guys might notice this, especially Coyra having that height advantage of being a giant toad. And then
Yeah, backpedaling down the stairs.
the other thing that happens is like you see some other kind of spirit type folks coalesce, just reach out from it's like they were kind of taking the form of these pillars, and they just kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? They just separate from them. Like it was like they've been merged together, and now they just kind of split off, and it's like the whole spirit of this pillar almost is kind of separating and coming towards you.
I knew Kashcah wasn't disappointed enough about us killing the Minotaurs off so fast. Great.
All right, let's just do turn order.
Oh crap!
Of course.
I was trying to decide if they would get a surprise round, but I think that the shadows are kind of like
Who needs a surprise round? They're going before me anyway.
good enough to do that.
Oh, crap.
I'm so happy I did not turn back yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Palkas is caught unawares.
Is that everybody?
As it's like,
Just. And I rolled a 9? Wow. Did we all roll 2? Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, they caught us unaware, right?
So the shadows, yeah,
No.
continue to kind of elongate and distort from from these pillars and then eventually kind of break free of the pillar, like they detach and lift up from the ground and rush towards you guys. So this one is just gonna bust a move here. This one probably over here.
Oh my god.
So it's gonna move there, and it's gonna kind of float over there. Right, so only 2 of them are attacking this turn. Okay. So they're going to do what their only real action actually. They kind of swipe at you both. So this one obviously is swiping at Coyra. And he rolls a 21 to hit you.
Pretty sure that hits. Yeah, it hits.
So I need. Wait, if I click that, will it? No, it does. Okay. So you take 6 necrotic damage. And then also I need to roll this. Oh, waiting. And your strength score is reduced by 4.
Oh crap.
And what does that exactly mean?
So that's with
Oh, I
wild,
see.
wild shape
The-
you take on the strength of the toad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
15 plus 2, so it's now 11 plus 2?
Nothing.
The plus 2 is the
Okay.
bonus, so it's 15 that goes to 11.
Mm-hmm.
So your damage normally when you bite somebody as a toad would be 1d10 plus 2. But as you lost your plus 2 on your strength now, it is now just 1d10.
Okay.
So they're removing your
Please
ability
remind
to
me
do
of that.
damage.
Okay, and this guy rolls. Oh, he rolls a 6 to try and hit Grimm. So Grimm
Haha.
dodge out of the way of that guy.
Kashcah, do you mind if I interject for a moment for
Not at all.
education?
No.
Educational moment for those that are new to statistical damage. If at any time your character's stats, whether it be strength, dexterity, constitution, anything like that, drops to 0, your character dies. There's no death saves.
Yeah.
Dead. So these are especially lethal critters that we're fighting right now. There you go.
And for those that are watching, that's why I've kind of been whimpering.
Considering that they do strength damage, you're the most likely to survive.
Mine is magical strength.
That doesn't matter.
I actually
My
like
nat-
not knowing that info.
My natural strength, I would not. 5 hit. My natural strength is 10.
Oh crap.
So I wouldn't last too many hits.
Time for that strategic withdrawal.
I don't know. I don't know if the gauntlets would affect that or not.
I think you're always gonna have like the bonus from the gauntlets, but it's like that would be drained. But then once it starts eating into your real strength, that's not gonna. It's almost like I think of them. I guess I'm thinking of it like temporary hit points. Like it
Okay.
functions the same as temporary hit points.
Yeah, right now the best person for this, if you were to go with stats and everything like that, is Coyra currently has another form that is being drained, not her
Yeah,
form.
I was thinking about that. That's pretty sweet.
So that's actually she's
I'm so happy I
she's
didn't
tanking
turn
for
back.
us right now.
Alright.
Big froggy tank.
Yeah.
Malvola.
Ribbit.
I'm going after this one
Okay.
on the stairs.
I don't know if you'd be able to see the one attacking Coyra
That does hit.
past Coyra.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't think you
And
would see
other
that
one on the same target.
Okay. So they take 18 damage.
Hmm.
And this one actually you see it, Grimm in front of you. This one gets like the energy from these eldritch boops smashes into it, and it does so with such force, like one after the other, that this one just the energy just overcomes it, and the shadow is like just dissipates.
Okay, they're not especially tough. That's a good thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
What, murdering your shadow? With
No,
eldritch boops?
I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know if that's just an actual statistical effect or GM hand waving kind of thing. And it's like, I didn't know that shadows like took extra damage of force damage or whatever, but that's going to be my turn.
Well, basically look at it as the damage you did caused it to dissipate. And leave the prime material plane, at least for now.
No, we're not on the prime material plane.
But you know what I mean. Dang it.
Question, would the entanglement still be up, or has it not been more than a minute yet?
Oh, you got hit, so you'd actually have to make a concentration save.
Okay, I'll do that really quick.
It would be a concentration check, but as you're in a new form, you'd have to make a constitution roll with the frog.
That's fine if you can explain me what I need to do. If that's my constitution.
1d20 plus 1.
1d20 plus 1?
Yeah.
As I just realized about the entanglement, it also only stays up for 1 minute.
So, how much damage did you take? Do you recall? Sorry, Kashcah.
Oh no, it's fine.
6, I think.
Okay, then you passed the DC, and you are able to maintain the entangle spell.
Okay, how does that work then?
That is entirely up to the DM as how it affects these ones. I don't know if it does or not, but it's still there.
Oh no, I mean, how does it work with the rolls? Like, when does it fail, when does it not fail?
Oh, usually it's either 10 is the difficulty that you have to exceed, or it's half the total damage you take in one attack.
I'm so glad you remember all this.
And if you get hit multiple times in one round, you have to make multiple saves in one round. So.
Okay.
Alright, so specters are up next, and this guy is gonna kind of, you see that Coyra, you can see as they float that you can kind of predict that they're not going to be affected by the entanglement, because these guys are like hovering up above the ground. They're just
those purple ones, right?
Yeah, they're just they're like straight out of Ghostbusters, basically.
Right out of the library.
Yeah. They have no feet, so they just hover around. This guy's gonna move there, and this guy floats over there.
Jeez.
This guy he disappears around the corner. Okay, alright, and the ones that are there are going to attack.
Great.
So this one is attacking Thorn. He misses with a 14. And then there's 2 attacking Grimm. So this first one here hits with a 22.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Okay, so it does 7 necrotic damage. And then I need you to make a Constitution saving roll, please. Okay, you're fine. And then the one next to him misses with a 10.
Yeah, AC 18.
You guys are tough to hit.
We're so sorry, not sorry.
Would somebody please give me inspiration? Come on, Sean.
No,
No,
please. If
no.
anybody needs it, it's us right now.
Alright,
Jesus.
that's their turn.
There needs to be give player inspiration.
There is. There is.
I don't have
I
Twitch
think
open,
you
so
should give it to the toad.
Alright, Thorn, it's your turn.
So I'm going to
It's a new first round.
attack the one that's attacking me. It's a new first round.
Yeah. Stabby, stabby.
Your rapier is magical, right?
Yeah.
Is the plus oneified? Yes.
Yeah.
So the first one hits.
Ooh.
second one almost stabs Coyra.
I mean, I'm a big target, I get it.
He gets like
and
toad bumped a little bit.
The other two hits. 14.
No, it gets tangled up in the bones.
If he stabbed me, I would have just done them to the side.
The spectre seems to kind of like its shape is kind of wavering, like it's barely coalesced. You know, it's not held together by much anymore. Oh, with the dread ambusher, yeah, finishes it.
Okay.
We've got like a stack of corpses, except you know it wouldn't actually be there anymore. Just
And I'll move afterwards. And against every better judgment, I'm going to go there.
okay. All right. Palkas, you hear Lulu saying, "Should I trumpet now?"
Palkas says, "I don't know." He looks a bit stunned and worried. If anything, it's because a large percentage of his spells aren't going to have an effect on these guys. Excuse me. And Thorn, I don't know that you'd be able to move that far.
I should be able to.
Okay.
I have 40.
Oh, never mind then. You're fine.
Yeah, I mean you could kind of
5,
duck through.
10, 20, 30.
Yeah.
He's in the fast moving club.
Yep.
Lulu is
Only
going
this
to
turn.
kind of flutter up here, but
Ooh.
still does not trumpet. Grimm.
Okay.
You have no points left, do you?
No, I don't. However, I can still make 3 attacks. So, one that Thorn stabbed takes an initial 9 points of radiant damage.
Wait, hang on. The one that Thorn's
One I stabbed is already gone.
dead.
Or no, not. I mean, the one that initially attacked. Well, okay,
Oh, that guy. Okay.
that one.
All right.
I'm yeah.
No worries.
And I don't know if that one hits.
It did hit, yeah.
Oh, gee, 5. And for my bonus action,
Also hits.
another 8 radiant.
Very nice.
And I'm going to stay right where I am because, yeah.
That's enough to finish it.
Oh, thank goodness.
Good. One less to attack me next round.
Yeah.
Right. And giant toad Coyra.
Since giant toads are not the smartest creatures, she's gonna try and attack the shadow thing next to her. Wait, that's just a roll d20 plus 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Actually, it would be +2.
doesn't matter anyway, I think.
Right. And actually you find that that your bite is just unable to connect
It phases
all.
through it, I imagine.
Yeah, just passes
That's
right
what
through the
me as a
stone.
player would imagine, but with the intelligence of 2.
Yeah. So you try to
You
kind
retain
of like
you
keep
retain
your
your mental
intelligence.
statistics.
Yeah, but still, it's a toad. It would try. It would try.
do you want to stay as a toad or
I'm gonna hop back a little bit and actually turn into Coyra.
so he will get an attack of opportunity
Mhm.
if you move. Okay. Okay, he's gonna do that.
I
then.
go back first before I transform, so it's
Okay.
fine.
Alright. Yep, he rolls an 18 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Yeah, he does 5 necrotic damage. And well, actually this doesn't make any difference because you're gonna try.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, the damage is kind of
Yeah.
moved.
To the
at this
toad,
point.
and then I
And the strength drain is,
transform back.
is
So,
meaningless as well.
yep.
The
That was-
shadow is seriously
that was really
lacking
good.
satisfaction in his life. He's like, it's like I hit her and it means nothing. Alright, Palkas.
If you want, you can shrink my talking
Oh yeah,
head.
yeah.
Congratulations, you gave a shadow an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, midlife crisis.
Maybe that helps us.
I doubt it.
It leaves, buys a convertible, and
Starts
Hooks
chasing
up with
curves.
a young female shadow half his.
Yeah.
Races down the streets of Elturel with the wind blowing in his shadow. Alright, Palkas, what you up to?
I'm trying to figure out how many points it costs me to convert a spell. It's 2 for first level, 3 for second. So I've got 5 sorcery points. He's going to use his bonus action to convert into a spell, and he's going. No, he's not going to cast a spell. What is he doing? No, he's not going to do it.
Bring it on.
Just
More
get
than
it over
half of the wild magic, more than half wild magic effects are actually beneficial anyway.
Do
Eh,
it.
yeah, well, he's
Think of the
panicking.
entertainment fat.
And this one's gone. This is the one that's gone wrong before.
What's
So
the point in being a wild magic sorcerer if you're never
right,
gonna try?
yeah. All right. So he's going to move before casting the spell as well. He's gonna move.
I mean, I'm sure Grimm's going to get in the middle of it anyway. So
He's gonna move over here.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure that we all will now. It's gonna be a party wipe. So let's have him
Yeah,
do
this will be
that.
the one time it's a fireball.
And then let's move the turn order. No,
Be a case
so
of those were some nice mahogany doors. Now they're
And
charcoal doors.
he's gonna do like 15-foot cone and cast Dragon Breath on himself. He can't.
Oh boy.
No, because he used his bonus action. Fudge. Who's the next person? That's useless. Wait, is it a bonus action? Sorry, I haven't converted spell points this way before. Sorcery points. Tap into you can gain or 2 points column. Sorcery table you can never
wild
have.
magic table in.
Gain all spent sorcery
20.
points. No, flexible casting.
Wild magic surge.
Transform
Is it
unexpended
the
sorcery points into
tabletop?
one spell slot as a bonus action on your turn, which I can't cast the spell that I want to cast.
They do have it.
To do that, because it's a bonus
Kashcah
action.
sounds too happy. It's bad.
So I guess he wouldn't do that because he can't. I'm sorry. I totally forgot that it was a bonus action.
And now
Bad.
Kashcah has a disappoint.
So he's just gonna go with the bland old chill touch and attack the nearest shadow guy.
That will hit.
9 necrotic damage.
Let me have a look. He says, that was tasty.
Great. Well, he's got disadvantage against me for a round. Yeah, I'm screwed. Alright, so... And just in case, because I'm going to put it in chat. No, it's not doing chat. I can't do it in chat for some reason. Never mind. Anyway, that's all I've got for that turn. It was very bad. Palkas is in a panic. He doesn't know how to hurt these guys. He'll use his bonus action to convert his points now into a first level spell slot. There you go. So that he'll be prepared for next round.
Okay. All right.
Kashcah just looks slightly happier again.
There was a lot of talking over there for a chill touch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was expecting to do a dragon breath, but I forgot it's bonus action. I can't do two bonus actions.
It's as simple as that. Palkas used confused. It was very effective.
It was super effective for sure.
It was so effective it affected the players as well.
He'd have been better off walking up and hitting it with a hammer.
Okay. Alright, this guy's gonna rush forward. Hang on, let me get that guy to the back. Oh.
Oh, he's automatically dead. Oh, shucks.
Oh, that guy is. Okay, hang on, let me get these dead guys out of here. Right, dead guys.
No. I like that guy being dead.
They're just in the way. And they wouldn't, it's not like they're actual bodies or anything to keep track of. Okay, so he's gonna rush forward then.
What do I have?
And then
8, right?
hang on, let me look at their intelligence. Also not great, so we're gonna do this a little randomly. So 1 it's Coyra, 2 is Palkas. Sorry, Coyra.
Wait, what? Are you talking about this one? Oh, okay, I see. So confused. I was like, how is he hitting me?
She's talking about the one you gave an existential crisis to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, it's all
It overcame its crisis.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know yet.
Okay, so first this guy here attacking Thorn rolls. Oh, he rolled a nat 20.
Uh-oh.
This is for this is for his necrotic damage though, so he does 13 necrotic damage to you. And then I roll 1d4, and your strength is reduced by 2.
Okay.
So it's just a to hit, then they get the stat damage. They don't save against the stat damage.
Right. Yeah, the save was from the specters.
Gotcha.
So this guy is going to swipe at you, Grimm. And he rolls a 13. Pretty sure that misses.
Haha.
And then this guy is going to swipe at you, Coyra, and he rolls a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So he does 6 necrotic damage to you, and reduces your strength by 3.
Is there anywhere where I can write it down?
Ooh, I don't know. Vallen, where do you store temp?
You could write it in your like bio and info information. Just
Okay.
like there's some notes in there.
Okay.
And I think that's all the shadows done. Yep. Malvola. Oh, that's
I'm trying to decide which targets I want to go after.
There's a plethora.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm going to the first one's after the Spectre.
that will hit.
And the second one will be after the one attacking. Or not.
Thorn has a new part in his hair. Oh wait, he's bald.
Avernus stubble.
Coyra, are you maintaining the entanglement?
Nope.
Okay. Spectre's turn. Just got hit. Does he want to go after Malvola or continue? I think he's gonna stay where he's at and swipe at Grimm. So he rolls a 20 on that.
Too bad that hits.
Sorry. So he does 9 necrotic damage to you, and if you could roll a con save, please. Okay, you're fine. No additional effects.
My luck is going to run with that eventually.
And then Thorn.
I'm going to go for the one directly south of me, I think. I don't have a pointer up, so I can't make it. But that on the rather ungenerous grounds that the other one might equally decide to go after Grimm as me. But I'm pretty worried about those things having had my strength reduced. That's one, and that's okay.
That will hit.
T'other.
Yep, those both hit. Okay, and as you strike through him, he is destroyed.
Well done.
One down, one to go. Although I still don't know how frightened we should be about the spectres, since they haven't managed to do anything too dangerous yet.
Don't forget we've still got the spectre that disappeared.
Yeah, he'll be back, I'm sure, with like 4,000 buttons or something.
He's out busy rounding up the rest of the undead in the cemetery.
Yeah, probably.
Ooh, ooh. And all the other ghosts are like, ooh. Ooh.
Alright, Lulu's gonna... She's not gonna trumpet. It looks like you guys are cleaning them up, so she holds. So Grimm.
Starting to understand what Custer felt like. Shadow or Spectre? Shadow or Spectre? We're going to go after the Shadow.
That hits.
And that one probably misses.
It does.
And for my bonus action,
That one hits.
Oh.
so a total of 16 radiant damage.
Nice.
Okay.
There's Shadow, I'll hit him with light.
He is, yeah. He is barely there.
And I'm staying right where I am. That ends my turn.
Okay. Coyra?
Coyra is gonna produce flame, and before she throws it, she sees what happens. Like, if anything happens with the shadow. If not, she immediately throws it at him.
Yeah, he doesn't have any kind of immediate reaction to it.
Does that hit?
That does hit, yeah.
Woohoo!
Only the best rolls are 2d8.
Yeah,
wow,
I know,
that's
especially
so
since I
horrid.
reached level 5, it's now
Oh.
2d8s and it's like garbage.
Oh,
That's incredible.
that's just rude. That is so rude.
Getting snake eyes on D8. Wow.
Oh, man.
Anything else you would like to do?
Nope,
Sock.
I don't think
Yeah,
I
brother.
can do anything.
Screw you, produce flame spell. Alright, Palkas.
Palkas says boom.
Boom.
So he tries an attack with his maul. Does that hit?
That does hit.
It is a magical maul.
Okay. That
And
hurts.
it is now sheathed in thunder. And
Does not like that. How are you? How? Sheathed in thunder.
I don't know. That's the description.
Like
It's
what?
really, I still
What does
haven't
that
figured it
even
out
mean?
myself. It's sheathed in sound, and if it moves, it takes damage. I don't know. It's magic, okay? It's
Alright.
just, it's got
Alright.
magical aura, and if it
It's a
moves,
little-
It's
little
magic
cow
and
on
playing
the
the
head.
I'm not touching you game.
it gets damaged. Yeah, that.
It's got these sound ripples all around it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
And he'll move over here, on just the other side of the large bone piles.
Whoop. Oh, your damn movement. God
What?
damn it.
What
I was
about
about to go attack of opportunity, then I'm like, no.
And Palkas tries taunting it as he goes by. But
He's kind of, I mean, shadows are actually immune. It says right here, immune to stupid half-orcs taunting them.
oh, it's a good thing that I'm a. Wait, I am a stupid half-orc. Damn it!
Condition immunity. Sorry.
Of course, you'll only find that in the kashcah edited edition.
It is their turn.
Okay.
So they have something that they're going to do.
By our powers combined.
Okay, so he's gonna make an attack. This guy here is gonna make an attack. Now, I can't remember who hit him last, so we're just gonna roll for it.
This is where they
if
all
it's a
merge
one,
to
it's
make
Grimm.
a
If
greater
it's a
shadow.
2, it is okay. It's a 1.
I was gonna say I'm the one that hit him last, so
and the dice are with me then.
yeah,
Come on,
lucky me.
I clicked it. Oh, he misses anyway. He rolls an 8. So
Yay!
then
sucks to be him.
he
Hey,
kind
could
of
you do that again? I need that breeze.
Oh, don't tempt her.
he uses his bonus action and slips into the rest of the shadows of the building. So, like, you see him just rapidly merge with the shadows cast by these steps that you're on, like in the shadow of the rise of the step, just merges into that and disappears from your view.
No chance for reaction step.
Yeah, would we get attack of opportunity kind of thing?
It's his bonus action, so no, he is not retreated anywhere. In fact, it's kind of, you can't see where he's at now. So no.
Fair enough.
This guy is going to swipe at you one more time, Coyra. He rolls a 22 this time.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
He does 6 necrotic damage to you. And then he's going to reduce your strength a little as well, I'm afraid. So he reduces your strength by 1. Okay. And he takes a step over here, right? And then he does the same thing. In the shadow of the porch on the corner here, you see he just melts into it and disappears from view.
But
Yeah.
on
And
his
he
way
explodes.
there, he takes 14 lightning damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
But as he's trying to do that, then you see,
He disappears in a flash of light.
yes, you see him kind of like just almost explode
He disappeared, just not the way he intended.
That is such a good cantrip.
Oh, it's so annoying. Because I forget about it every time. I need to put markers on them.
No, you don't. Bye.
Alright, so Malvola, it is your turn. That one clearly did not survive his attempt to escape.
Well, there's only one target left, so
Don't shoot me.
And you guys are right in
know.
Malvola's line of fire there. It's just like Palkas, Grimm, Spectre.
Jeez.
I'm pretty sure that Spectre got spanked.
That's some,
That's
that's some good rolls there. Wow.
I crossed the streams.
Wow.
Indeed. Alright, so no more specters
That we know of.
that you know of.
Well, no, there's the one that disappeared, and there's still a shadow that is somewhere.
How do we get the strength back that we lost?
You don't.
A short or long rest.
Okay.
Or you don't. Some creatures will prevent you from regaining it without.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a restoration.
If it's a normal
Okay.
shadow, then you should get it back to the rest.
But if
Okay.
it's one of Kashka's shadows, you never can tell.
Are you Malvola, are you going to oh, you booped. So are
Yeah.
you going to move at all, or are you staying where you're at?
I'll come down to about here because in his mind, the last enemy disappeared. I don't know where the shadows went. This seems like a better tactical position.
Okay. And Thorn. How about you?
Yeah, Thorn is going to come up here and hold an action to stab the next thing he sees, which isn't one of the party members.
Okay.
I'm glad you added that qualification at the end.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh shit.
Let's just hope it's not older Ravensguard, huh?
We're here to save you. Oh.
I had to stab.
With my rapier of healing.
Oh, I forgot the healing bit. Whoops.
It kind of flutters up.
Gotta get that healing magic in deep.
Right, is anybody going to spend time like looking for the shadow that disappeared, or the spectre that went around the corner, or should we break turn order?
I don't think that Palkas saw the one that went around the corner, because even I didn't see that one go around the corner.
Yeah, me neither.
The one that disappeared, though, Palkas would just be like, he probably would be inspecting where it disappeared, which I think was here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he would be looking around for it, totally paranoid. But also, I should say that you did mention this doorway was open.
It is open, yes.
Can we see inside from where we're at?
Yeah, but I'm not going anywhere near those doors yet.
What Coyra is doing, she just produces
Not
flame
after the
to
last
have.
time.
Coyra just produces flame to have light around her, to try and keep shadows away.
You're
And
making
Grimm?
more shadows.
What are you up to? Are you gonna chase him down, or
Who?
Grimm?
I'd rather find potentially, but best I can do is
Don't we-
ready a sunbolt in case it shows up.
Don't we get like passive perception rolls or something for that?
Well, passive perception rolls are you don't.
Well, they're
you don't roll
passive,
for
you don't-
it. It's just
yeah.
passive.
Yeah, my passive perception 17.
Yeah. So, Palkas, you said you were searching around. So yeah, you could certainly roll a perception. See if you can.
A perception?
Yeah. See if you
Okay.
can see this this shadow that is. Nope.
I'm gonna look around too,
Ding!
because that was so much better.
Okay.
So Palkas is paranoidly looking around for this thing. Obviously, he's like...
So, like, are you guys
I'm
going
busy.
to?
I'm inspecting
search-
Palkas' shadow to make sure it hasn't merged with Palkas' shadow.
Gosh.
Are you going to search until you find it, or?
I probably wouldn't search for very long and then just be paranoid at that point. That'd be about it myself.
I'm just worried about it jacking the boxing.
Because I don't think he's ever really fought shadows before, so I don't think he knows about them, besides the fact that they can jump out of shadows, so now he's just going to be paranoid of shadows right now. Even more than he was before.
Yeah.
Since they were devil shadows.
So you're spending, what, like more than one round searching for it, or?
I have to think. If he didn't find it where he was, he'd probably move on, like to another spot nearby and look. But I mean, no better or worse than what his passive perception is at this point, really. He's just kind of looking while he's walking. That's it. Trying to keep up with the rest of the group and not get left behind. He doesn't want to get singled out by these things.
Yeah, same.
Or whatever's waiting for us inside.
I will say no for terms of rolling more dice. I think he's going with his passive perception at this point.
Okay. But it does exactly kind of what you were afraid of, right? It pops back into existence kind of the moment that you turn your back to, or turn, you were searching for it in this area. The moment that you look like you're about to go search over here, it kind of reaches out from the shadow that it was hiding in and swipes it.
And it gets stabbed because Thorn was holding an action.
And
I was holding a sunbolt.
Yep. Yeah, so he's not gonna not get the hit off though. He gets to swipe the same as you guys do. And I think, he rolls a 14 to hit you.
I use a reaction to cast a spell?
Okay, what spell are you casting?
Shield, which gives me a +5 to my AC.
Okay.
And triggers an immediate wild surge.
Yes.
If it actually casts, it might just be the wild surge and no spell.
All right, do you think?
It could be a fireball.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Shield, there we go. I have it set up just to do a wild magic surge thing. There we go. 9.
Okay. But I thought it was, isn't it?
No,
it's a guaranteed surge, right?
The Tides of Chaos thing makes it a surge.
Right, yeah, so it's guaranteed surge at this point.
So you need to roll D100.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Kosh can look at the list and
figure out
what.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
8.
It'll be fine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, sure.
What could go wrong?
Do butterflies appear?
Here, I'm just going to pop this into chat because this is what an 8 is.
No fireball. Really? Are you messing with me?
I'm not messing
That is
with you.
7 and 8 on the D100 list. Is you cast Fireball as a 3rd level spell centered on yourself.
This is what almost killed him the first time.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the party wipe.
Everybody is within range too.
The single most curve-breaking spell in the entire game.
So, do you have it?
I don't have it. I didn't expect that I'd be casting. We look up Fireball. I will add it to my list, and then I can't even spell it right. I'm panicking right now. Fireball. Okay.
I think so. Everybody in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on Palkas needs to make a dex save.
Oh, good God!
There you go.
Woo!
And,
Yeah.
and the damage is only 8d6.
Today.
At 3rd level, it shouldn't be 8d6.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Fireball is
If it makes you
It's
feel
a
better,
3rd level.
it could be 6d8. But no, 8d6 is much worse.
What would your DC be?
It is the iconic
It's
spell.
right there, right above it.
Oh, sorry, 14. Okay, thank you.
And what is
That's
the
half damage per save,
what is
right?
the save DC?
14.
14. You kill Coyra.
No, she's fine.
Nope.
How many hit points do you have?
20.
You're not dead. You're just down.
You also kill Thorn.
How much damage did you do?
27 fire
27.
damage.
Yeah, Grimm's down.
Did I happen to also hit that shadow that was merged into the shade?
I mean, you sure did. Don't you feel better about that shield spell?
I sure do. So it missed me though. So here's the question. Because it's centered on myself, do I even get a dex save?
Did you just kill Lulu?
Oh wow!
Everybody's down.
I think you get a dex save.
Yeah.
Because it's not about getting out of the way. It's about kind of minimizing the damage you take rather than escaping it. So you can still sort of fold it in yourself. Or
that
something.
range is not helping. Let's look at the spell list here.
Okay, Lulu is hurt, but she is not down.
Okay.
And she
Yeah,
failed.
remember when I was joking about the nice mahogany doors that were
Yeah.
ajar
You
are
had
now
to say
charcoal
it.
doors? See, I knew I was going to die.
All right. So
I know I haven't died yet, but
it is a really big. Yeah, I can't even draw it on the. I gotta move things in order to draw it how big it is. It's a really big.
Do you want a thing? I have a thing.
I like things.
You want a template?
I don't know. It's fine.
Okay. Is that what you were trying to do?
I was just wanting to see how big the 20-foot was. It's fine. 20-foot radius. It's fine. I regret it. Think what?
So who's still conscious?
Malvola.
I'm pretty much fine.
I possibly would have been fine if I hadn't lost half my hit points to the shadows and whatnot.
Do I
Yep,
even
same.
get a dex save?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's centered on myself, so I don't.
I know, but I think
I passed.
You basically
duck
duck and
damage. Okay.
well, I think you also, perhaps like in the casting as well, you can like sense that something bad is about to happen, and it's
that. Oh crap!
What's funny is that if this didn't trigger on a reaction, I could use my reaction to absorb half the damage with a different spell and create another wild surge.
Yeah, I mean that sounds great.
Okay, so
Where do we sign up for that?
I take 13 damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm okay. Who's down at this point? Thorn?
Me.
Thorn, Grimm, and
Me.
Coyra.
Grimm and Coyra.
And I am gonna.
So how to describe what happened? Kashcah, do you want to describe or do you want me?
No, it's all you.
Alright, so the shadow tries attacking him. Palkas, not like...
I put a skull on me.
He kind of freaks out when he's attacked from behind and surprised like that. He was on edge already, and he went to cast a shield spell, and it literally blew up as the shadow tried attacking, and just massive firestorm happened, and eyebrows are gone, Cleaning up the Minotaur corpses, like that.
Good thing the title of this episode wasn't prophetic.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's like, what, a 2% chance of casting that spell?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I built my character on the idea that he had cast it by accident a long time ago. Okay. So, first thing, as Palkas was moving up the stairs, he would see Thorn drop and move to him to try and stabilize him.
Oh, Grimm's down too, by the way.
He has a healing
Put the
kit
icon on.
that he
really
would be
quick.
using to automatically stabilize.
I don't know what I can do with a medicine check to try and help Coyra, but that's what I'm doing.
Oh. Pretty much the same thing. You just have to roll for it. And I think you might have succeeded.
Yeah.
And Grimm, you said you're down?
Yep.
Which Palkas would move to you and do exactly the same thing. And this whole time he's like doing it with shaky hands and just kind of freaking out. And yeah.
Well, I guess we settled where we're taking that rest.
Yeah.
Not
So,
here.
really,
Eternal
really quick.
rest.
You gonna drag the? You guys gonna drag the unconscious bodies somewhere?
Yep, we're not staying in an undead graveyard. So, Palkas looks around, sees Lulu kind of like rolling around with her eyes blinking or something. I don't even know if she's got eyelids, but
Who's playing Lulu here?
She's not as
And
golden anymore.
he sees that Lulu is still alive and kicking. Those three are down and stabilized, and Malvola is up, and Palkas says these two are okay but badly injured. How's Coyra? And he's got a waver to his voice as well, which I'm having difficulty in producing.
I would have to defer to kashcah. I don't know what the DC is or the rules or anything.
So you've managed to stabilize her, but that medicine check wouldn't offer a way of giving her any, like healing. So she's not going to bleed out or anything.
You would know that Thorn has 2 basic healing potions taken from the original cultist sewers. You're welcome to grab those out of his pack and use them as sees fit.
Palkas has one as well, which he takes it and gives one to Grimm, and then takes the 2 from Thorn's pack, gives one to Malvola to give to Coyra, and then he proceeds to give one to Thorn, so that everybody can get back on their feet.
Yeah. D4 plus 4, 1.
I think it's 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, 2d4 plus 2, right. Okay, makes sense. Thank you very much.
I'll take that off my list.
Wait,
Please.
you pour what down my gullet?
A healing potion.
Oh wow, finally a good roll for me.
Trying to remember how to do this now.
So that's what. Oh boy, he should have picked up another healer's kit. He wasn't anticipating starting a party.
Oh wow.
I'll take that.
Fantastic.
Dang.
And as soon as he comes to consciousness, ow!
Palkas
What
says, "Get to
did
your
you
feet.
do?
We must leave. We need to retreat. We can't proceed like this."
Coyra just tells Palkas, I know wood is bad, but come on.
Look what you did to that nice mahogany.
Oh no, Coyra is happy that the door is wood. It's wood.
Palkas asks Thorn if he's okay, and
Yes, that was quite a trip. Thank you.
And where exactly are we retreating to?
Just kind of like he says.
Are we sure that this thing we're outside of isn't consecrated somehow? Like the temple.
We just had
undercroft.
undead that were literally like merged into the flesh of the building.
Yeah, but that's outside of it. I'm just thinking,
Kind of.
if there's any chance we can rest inside in safety, that's like 10 feet away.
Palkas points to all the rest of the undead that are walking around.
Well, I'd say we could bar the doors, but there's not much left
What
of them.
doors?
Right.
And windows are kind of vacant.
Palkas is actually standing farther away from the party right now.
You're like, healing potion, run!
Right.
They're gonna kill me.
He on occasion keeps on gripping the scar on his head, and looks like he's almost losing it at this point. He just keeps on saying, we can't go like this.
Seeing that Coyra actually goes to Palkas, pats his back, and is like, it's okay.
And he
don't blame
he flinches and pulls away. He's like kind of freaking out at this point.
Maybe we should find a building on the outskirts of the cemetery.
You see him actually shake his head a little bit.
Coyra is actually also trying to make sure that Palkas knows that she isn't mad at all.
I'm just thinking, at this point we need rest. We just need to find a place that we can do it in relative safety.
I'm just going to
Lulu.
go inside the doors and have a look.
Are you sneaking?
No!
As you
Sneaky.
kind of hang on, as you walk past Lulu, Lulu says, she's talking to you telepathically, Thorn. She says, "I can help," and she casts Cure Wounds on you to give you 8 healing.
Yay! Thank you, Lulu.
So inside, you see
1,600 skeletons.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
So this is like there's this curved wall in front of you, and there are these curtained areas kind of blocking some of it. So it kind of goes around the corner like this, out of sight, and then over here you can see that this goes down here, and you see lots of broken glass on the floor down here. 1 second, let me look at one thing.
And since he wasn't sneaking,
Alright, so you see kind of this
does that big friendly see it?
yeah.
Don't forget, you've got 8 more hit points than what you think.
Oh, was that me?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was me.
All right.
And he has
Look how happy he looks.
He has a couple friends here.
He has friends.
Of course he does.
And you can see kind of the exterior wall over here, like this. There we go.
You mean his friends? Lovely. Oh boy.
I really should have been sneaking.
Well, the benefit for us is we're all outside. There's only one inside.
Close the doors.
What doors?
What door?
There's no doors.
They'll make doors.
They're kind of like smoldering at this point. These
Coyra
curls of
cast
smoke
mending.
coming out.
Coyra just looks at you.
Mending on wood?
Yeah.
You know,
On
she
dead wood?
will. If she has to mend anything with wood, she does worse than she doesn't do wood stuff.
So you can see
Oh.
that this area down here is littered with broken furnishings, splintered chairs, stained glass all over the floor, and there is one kind of window that is fallen inwards, and you can see that it's kind of although it's been smashed inwards, the majority of the stained glass depiction is intact kind of on the floor. Anyway, so out of the shadows, yep, steps this guy, this guy right here. And yeah, he's gonna attack. He was that is his duty.
The one time you don't sneak.
Sorry. So he
Thorn has diligence issues.
he
Good
is
thing I
go-
didn't use that earlier.
Yep, so he charges up and attacks.
How many hit points do you have left?
10. No, 12.
12 hit points. Last time it hit you for like 20 something, didn't it?
Yep.
Great.
That was without a charge. That was just with a slash as well.
Oh, great! So it gets
So he actually lowers his head and charges at you.
Oh, great!
Instead of swinging the axe. But he misses. He rolls a 13 to hit you. So misses you with his.
Suddenly the doors go slamming
attack.
outward.
Caught the door opening just to. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then let's roll some turn order.
Run away! Run away! The party is
I
like.
mean, they have a crap initiative. I mean, if that's any consolation.
Run away!
Why did my thing not work? I clicked on my character.
Cuz.
I don't know.
Feel
Roll
free
20
to
is
fix it if you
sometimes-
want.
Sometimes weird.
Up to you.
Oh yeah. Yep. Let's fix that.
Oh, crap.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
I think
sound real
Thorn's probably
sorry.
just going to go, ah!
Palkas probably has a good view of what just happened, actually.
Would Coyra see that actually? Good
Grimm
call.
has a pretty good view, too.
Thorn has the best view.
I think Coyra would have seen this too. Yeah.
Thorn got the extreme close-up.
I'm like consecrated. That's one word for it. Infested.
Well, we are all watching it. Well, we are all watching it in 3D. Thorn is there watching it in 4D.
So,
Alright.
Palkas.
Palkas, you see something big running at Thorn.
Shit.
And you
Palkas
hear him
even
shriek.
do anything at this point? He could cast another spell. Cast a fireball.
Yes, he deliberately cast the fireball this time to cover his retreat.
This is terrible.
Yeah, don't give me inspiration, Barry.
Yeah, nobody give her inspiration right now.
Not right now.
Only when she's doing it for Lulu on a health save or
Oh,
something.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
See,
give
she can use it for
inspiration.
Lulu. That would
Other
be
than
great.
that, don't.
How far away are you?
Come on, Palkas.
Really?
Shoot her. I mean, it could be a lady minotaur. You don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe in a previous life.
I call bull on that one.
Oh.
Palkas cast Chill Touch on it because
Okay.
it seemed to hurt the previous ones. It just didn't hurt the shadows and stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah, Chill
Okay.
Touch
Do it.
does 13 hit.
It does.
Okay. There you go. And Palkas rushes up and says, "We leave now." and like literally has got his hand on your shoulder and he's trying to like rip you away. And it's got disadvantage to attack me.
Okay. Grimm.
Okay, with
By the way, that was the best first level spell I'd ever cast. Fireball at 3rd level.
Okay, the first thing I do is I use my bonus action to do something I'm glad I didn't use before because I'm going to shift and give myself 8 temporary hit points.
Oh, you beautiful thing.
That's a nice move.
Almost doubling my hit points. How sad is that? And then, do I have a view of this guy?
Yeah.
I don't know how open these doors are.
I mean,
Well,
More than
I mean, he's
before.
big.
there's not a lot left of those doors. There's smouldering chunks attached to hinges. at the moment.
Very nice.
Yeah, that will hit him.
he takes 18 points of radiant damage.
Ouch.
And I'm going to kind of linger there. Not quite full retreat, but ready to retreat. Because, yeah, I'm staying at a distance as much as possible.
Okay,
But yeah, my turn's done.
great. Lulu is going to rush in beside Thorn.
Why is she crazy?
And she's going to trumpet.
Oh God.
What?
I don't want her to die.
Well, the reason that she hadn't yet was to, the fear of
Not draw
running
attention.
the other. I think you handled that, Palkas.
Big bada boom.
Yeah, you already rang that dinner bell.
I'm trying to get people to leave, not go in. And the NPC who dies when they reach 0 hit points just ran in that's already injured. So I'm worried.
Okay, so
I agree.
this Minotaur skeleton needs to make a con saving throw. It rolled a 7. That's a big fail.
Can't stand the trumpet.
So then on the failed save, he takes a bunch of thunder damage.
Nice. Is it wreathed in thunderous energy?
God damn it. God damn it.
AKA Snoot Trumpet.
I'm wondering when Thunderous Energy is going to come flying across the room.
That's a lot of thunder energy. Dang.
I mean, it is a very loud trumpet, and it clearly shakes this Minotaur quite heavily. And I didn't move the turn order. Oops. Thorn, it is your turn.
Of course, after being practically ground zero of the earlier blast, I'm not sure how much I'm hearing.
You hear that?
What's that?
Is it still alive?
It is.
Yeah.
Good God.
Not anymore.
Pretty sure not anymore. Both of those.
Maybe.
Got a nat 20.
At least it's the first round. Or the new first round.
Did you say the 12 hit as well?
I did. And it's dead.
Again.
These big heavy bones clatter to the floor.
It's undead.
I
Skull
wanted
especially makes a big clunk.
I wanted to see them flung by the trumpet.
Almost.
What I was going to do was hopefully nail it, and then take Palkas' advice and retreat out. But I don't want to leave Lulu in there on her own against 2 possible charges. So I'm going to stay put.
As Palkas is like,
I'm
no,
going to turn to
come
Palkas and
on.
say, we can't leave her.
Okay, Coyra?
Coyra is also just like Grimm, not willing to die just yet. She shapes again, but this time in something you might not expect. She just says, "Sniffles, here I come," and transforms into a swarm of rats. Sorry.
Wow. I mean, to be fair, we weren't expecting a giant toad either.
Yeah, but so far when Coyra transformed, it was like a bigger creature, while now it's like as tiny as she can.
Bunch of tiny.
Yep, bunch of tiny.
Very cool.
Oh god. Cell phone, stop it.
Oh. Okay. Alright, so I think that's Coyra. Are you staying still? Or
Yes, she's not gonna charge in and get one of our pods killed off.
okay.
She's willing to wait. But
Right.
wait, was the cell phone on my side? Was it over when I muted myself or not?
Yeah, it did. Stop.
Okay, no idea why.
Yeah, no worries.
As this phone is not even connected to anything, it shouldn't go off.
No worries. Malvola.
Are these broken windows?
Yeah, they sure are.
Down here?
Oh
Yep.
crap.
Oh, cool.
Perfect. I
Yeah.
move here because that gives me line of sight on both of them, both of the two that are down here at the bottom.
Mhm.
Because, you know, Malvola follows that sharing is caring credo.
How did you know
One
they
on
were
the left?
there?
Oh, that's a good question. How did you know?
Yeah, he just said there's 2 more mobs in there that he didn't want to leave Lulu in.
That's true. I did say that.
Okay.
All
right. So the first one
We
misses.
can see him on the map.
That and, well,
I think
I
you're going to
was
see the
here
lower
before.
one from where he was anyway. Through this window. You're going to see
I was here
that one.
before, and I
Yeah.
can see that one
Yeah.
through the window.
Yeah.
It does describe them as lurking in the shadows. That's all right. So the first,
I have
which way round?
120-foot dark vision.
Which way round do you want them to be?
That's gonna be the one. The farther south one is the one that got the 20 roll.
Okay. All right.
Got the big bada boop.
Cool. Alrighty. And then it is their turn. That guy is dead. This guy getting shot by somebody outside, is going to kind of, oh, actually, hang on. See what that is. That is that.
Now the question is the hole for the window big enough for the Minotaur to fit?
Oh,
I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Because if it's not big enough to begin with, it's gonna have like a Minotaur-shaped hole. Like...
Right, but that's his action for the round, and he has to stop there and do that.
What?
No. They can do whatever the
So
fuck
he
she wants.
he has a charge, right? Minotaurs have a charge ability, so he would just charge through the window.
Smash.
Like what's left of it.
Those are big windows.
So he's gonna charge through the window. He's gonna use his action for extra movement, right? He's gonna charge through the window at you, Malvola. And he has a 40-foot movement, so he can easily make that. But it did use his action, right? So he can't do anything.
So he can't attack me.
Right. Yep.
Make it jump out of your skin a little.
You seem to have drawn some attention.
I don't think retreat's an option at this point.
This
It's
guy is
always
gonna.
an option.
Ooh, hang on.
We're getting stuck in further now.
Yeah, he can't make it and attack, but he charges up. But he can't attack this round.
Just a
They're not
question,
very
can you up that X like 1 layer so that he's also dead? It's worth a try.
Metagaming, I like it.
They're not very smart. So yeah, they
Indeed.
would just charge up. Alright, Palkas. What you got? You've got a new friend in your face. That's what you
Yeah,
got.
sure do.
It is very dramatic, by the way. This guy here, just smashing through the whatever's left of this.
They have a cave troll.
Yeah, pretty much.
All that drama, all that build up, and that's all you got?
Is Palkas safe from this guy if he were to just walk away from him? Because of the way the wall is? I mean, it looks like he wouldn't be able to attack the guy, so I would assume the guy wouldn't be able to attack him.
Yeah, I mean,
Remember, you don't
yeah,
have to
you've
worry about
got
that.
mobility as
Only if I attack him.
well. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Kashcah is suddenly a lot happier. She is like, there's a way!
It's just,
Um,
it's like, I don't think that I'd be able to hit the guy from here.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
okay.
Although Grimm did kind of
Well,
sneak some
he
radiant.
shot the guy.
radiant
I'm trying to swing a hammer through this wall.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay. So melee
Whack!
is not enough.
It's kind of more like I was catching the edge.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of how I thought about it.
So Palkas says we should leave, and he takes off at this guy.
You keep saying this,
Yes,
so nobody's listening.
and he says, "I'm leaving."
That's nice, Palkas.
He says, "I'm leaving," and he then charges this guy down here. Oh God.
You have a strange definition of leaving, friend.
Well, he's leaving you. No,
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, pretty much. And he takes a
It's
swing
nice,
with
though.
his maul. It says boom. I don't know if 12 hits.
12 does just hit.
Alright.
The AC is really pants.
So he takes 13 magical bludgeoning damage. And then he proceeds to continue to
Ow.
move. There. So
Because now there is
It's
no
just a
attack
hit
of
and run.
opportunity.
that's what he does. He's a sorcerer. He doesn't want to stay. So he's now wreathed in whatever thunderous energy looks like.
Okay.
It looks like justice.
Alright, Grimm.
Okay, I'm gonna actually move in. Yeah, crazy. And I'm gonna light up this guy's world.
He's the light of God.
Ooh, beautiful.
Oh, ow, ow.
Jesus.
That's gonna hurt a little bit.
So 22 points of radiant damage.
That's sweet.
That's a lot of damage.
He looks hurt by this. Lulu says to you, Thorn, telepathically, should I do it again?
Yes!
As often as you want.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I can't hear for this ringing in my ears.
It is like a cone that just projects from her little trumpet, so it's from her little. So he needs to make a con save. He rolled an 11, so he fails. So he takes a nice chunk of damage.
5d6 thunderous energy.
23. It's not enough to down him.
Those are good numbers, though.
Yeah, this is rolling really well.
Take a big chunk off his life.
No, you're supposed to say take the rest of his life.
That's
Yep,
what
that's
Thorn's
Thorn's
there
job.
for.
Who is now? Oh, sorry. Who is now up?
I should get a
Speaking
hit.
of taking the rest of his
At least
life.
one of the two. On my character sheet.
Yep. I don't think you can not. I mean, you could. You'd have to roll really
I
badly
could.
to not hit them.
Palkas is now thinking, if the party is down, don't use the potions. Next time, just carry them away.
I never listened.
It might take a while, but
Alright.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. And Coyra?
Coyra, knowing well enough that her tiny little rat bites won't do much to the guy, and she can't reach it, I assume these corpses are like bones stacked onto each other and stuff.
Yeah.
She
it's a big
actually
pile bone.
goes and hides in one of the corpses.
Oh,
If anything
idea.
that's not a party member comes by, a rat pops out and pinches it.
That's awesome. So these giant Minotaur skulls are kind of wobbling around with like rats running
Yep.
up inside them.
Definitely.
Kill the rats!
That's
So yeah,
awesome.
hold an action to attack if anything comes by that's not a party member.
Awesome. Okay.
Is
Alright,
our Minotaur still up?
it is just, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like
You got a
it's got
surprise
one arm
coming.
sagging and it's kind of wavering around a bit.
And it's got its choice of targets this time.
Mm-hmm. It's swinging that giant axe. Whose head is coming off? If it's Lulu, you're in so much trouble.
How many hit points does Lulu have left?
And if you die, I'm gonna kill you.
I imagine Lulu kind of is one of those characters has to survive.
No NPC has to survive.
Yeah, this is
Well, it depends on
Oblivion.
how important she is to the story.
I mean, if she dies, she dies. Like, if she's important to the story, not much that we
Yeah.
can do, sadly. So, Thorn,
Yeah.
you better not try. There's rats waiting in the skull. Keep that in mind.
If it tries to attack Lulu, throw yourself in front of
I mean, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm sending a Lulu.
Alright, Malvola, what you up to?
I'm going to defend myself against the the giant skeleton minotaur that's trying to kill my face off.
That's a good choice.
That hits.
Oh dear. Close range, not
No.
so good.
Yeah, the second one's not. I don't think that hits.
It does not. Okay. Are you using Hexblade's Curse, or is that?
I actually can't because we haven't rested.
Ah,
That was an accident. I was trying to look at the details on it and accidentally put.
I know that feeling.
rest. Such a wonderful concept.
Yeah.
If only we had rested back at the High Hall.
It's trying to get us back there.
okay. So let's do this guy first.
Rest, the final frontier.
Mm.
So we're gonna do these two first, and then another thing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So this guy swings his great axe at you, Malvola, and rolls a 19.
That barely. My armor class is 18, so that'll get me.
You say a great hammer?
Great axe,
Oh, okay.
and he does 14 points of slashing damage.
Ow!
This guy. I think we gotta roll for it. So
Who's he
one
gonna
it's-
kill?
One it's Lulu, two it's Thorn.
Uh-oh. All right, somebody, you better give the DM
Well, because of
inspiration.
Lulu's armor class, it might be good.
Oh god.
It's not bad actually.
Surprised it was. I didn't get attacked.
Oh. He rolled a 16 and missed her.
Oh god.
Oh, fantastic.
She's pretty shifty. And then from around kind of the corner, like in this corner over here, and in the shadowy corner, as you see this another Minotaur skeleton charges out of this other window, and is like kind of like looking around with these kind of glowing green necrotic energy for eyes, you know. And
Yeah, you guys are gonna hate the build for all this damage.
Yeah.
then it's gonna.
There's a spawner in there.
Sorry, Palkas. There's a spawner.
Kill the spawner.
Alright, and that's all his turn now.
Great.
Palkas, you have a friend.
I see that. This is bad. This is real bad.
Just cast a spell. What could it go?
Yeah.
Right?
Hit and run.
And what are the chances of you rolling a 7 or 8 again? I mean, even if you did, then the Minotaurs would be dead.
And
Here's
I'm
the
far
thing,
enough
I can
away, I
spend an
wouldn't
action
care.
to withdraw.
Yeah, I'm also far
or
enough away
to-
to do it.
I
Sorry,
can,
Malvola.
so I can
Question. Actually, out of thing question. If Palkas would have done the fire spell now and it would hit Coyra, since she's in rat form under skulls, would they give protection or not?
I think what I would do is give like advantage on the save
Okay.
because
Yeah.
you've got some kind of I mean, you
Protection.
basically have advantage in your situation. Gives you kind of advantage against it.
Okay, sorry for the out of
No,
like a
no
minute.
Go on then. What you up to?
So, what's it called again when you just take a withdrawal? You use your action to not get hit.
Disengage.
Thank you. I could disengage, but the advantage here is that Palkas has the ability to actually attack a creature for the same cost and do the same thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
And then if it charges after you again,
no,
if
that's
you hit and it charges after you again, well, hey, it takes damage from doing that.
something like that, yeah.
Plus, you can run up behind Thorn, and he's likely to attack me instead of you if you get close enough.
These guys move really fast, really far. Would Palkas estimate that they could keep up with him?
From what you've seen, you think so.
Okay.
But, I mean, 40 should get you here next to Grimm and me. At which point it's at least 50% odds he goes for me instead of you if he charges up.
He's not about to do that. He's not about to do it. So he'll say boom and swing with them all and miss. But it still doesn't get to hit him. And he will withdraw. Let's see. Probably because going this way, in my mind, he's running into other undead that may attack him. So he's going to actually try and take cover behind this pillar in hopes that it won't be able to charge him at the very least. You know, like in a straight line or something.
Okay.
So he is going to kind of try and hide there as best he can.
All right. Then Grimm, over to you.
Okay, how does this guy look?
He's having the worst day of his life. He's of his unlife. His death. He does not
Make it a little bit worse.
yeah, that's enough to finish him.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. In which case, now I'm going to step out here. Yeah, that puts me in range. And the one that was charged Palkas.
Yep, both of those hit.
Takes 14 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Of course, I just made myself a target, but
Lulu says
it's kind of becoming one of those desperate kill them before they can kill us.
Lulu says to you, Thorn, I'm almost exhausted, but I think I could do it once more if that would be helpful.
Well, thank you. Stay safe this time.
Okay. So she kind of flutters out of the door and is kind of hiding behind Grimm.
Who is barely standing up as it is, right?
And Thorn, it is your turn.
Yeah.
He's kind of got that drunken fighter stance, like that's just gone 10 rounds with a heavyweight, barely on his feet.
damage is half decent.
Yep. Okay. And Coyra.
Really stupid question. Can I still use spells like Produce Flame?
Not yet. Maybe like at later levels, but not.
Okay. Well,
I think
either
there is a
way.
point where you can, but I don't remember when it is.
Okay, just wondering. I'm not. Even if I could, I was not gonna be so stupid to let a thing charge into my bone pile. Coyra is happy where she is. She stays there, but still ready to gnaw on whatever comes by.
Okay.
On a teammate.
Alright. Malvola. This guy in front of you looks about halfway done.
Yeah. I'm just trying. I'm looking in for the. Looking for the rules on a melee spell attack because I have one spell slot left that may save my life in this process. I don't.
Okay.
But you're about to get charged by 2 Minotaurs. I don't. Oh no.
Yeah.
You don't know about the ones around
Shush.
the other corner either.
Arms
Oh,
of
I mean,
Hadar.
what? Who said
Hmm?
nothing?
Kashcah, I think you're driving through a tunnel. You're cutting away.
And that's it for this week. We'll see you
If we
there.
don't hear it, it didn't happen, right?
I think that's what we can agree on. Sure.
Does Coyra have any spell slots left?
No.
Okay.
Hence the.
Hence
rats
why
and
she's
the-
hiding.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
sense.
if you did, I was just thinking, since you're wild shaped, you can
Okay.
expend a spell slot to do a little bit of healing, self healing.
She
So
can do
that-
absolutely nothing. She's hiding for a
Yeah.
reason.
So it does use your spellcasting ability. Perfect.
Oh boy.
Oop.
I cast Vampiric Touch,
Ooh,
Nice.
and
that
I
hits.
make a melee spell attack against the. Wait, why is that against myself? What the?
No,
That's
it's
just
against
a-
Oh, that
yourself.
is the attack roll. So
No, it
that,
affects you. It affects you, sort of.
so that would be the attack roll against the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Yep, and that definitely hits.
And is that? Yeah, that would be 10 damage.
Okay, so he takes 10 damage. And I take it you gain some of that back with that?
I get half of it back.
Nice. Okay. Doesn't feel too good about that.
Only I could do it more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah, warlocks, man. Okay, it's their turn.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this guy is gonna continue on his with his great axe, and he rolled a 24 to hit you, Malvola. I'm sorry. At least it wasn't a nat 20.
It definitely misses.
And he does 20 points of slashing damage.
Oh boy.
Are you still up?
Yes.
Yay!
And do you have less than the 5 hit points you just stole?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's temp.
I have more than that.
Okay.
Okay, that guy got stabbed, but he also got whacked. Right. Does he chase after Palkas or? I think he is gonna bust a move after you, Palkas. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Well, I'm definitely going to get a reaction stat.
Yep.
Who knows, maybe it'll be a good one.
I mean, why not? He's not wreathed in thunderous energy at the moment, so.
He rolls an 11 to hit you, Palkas. 16 hits him, for sure.
Palkas uses shield.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
I'm far enough away. It's fine.
14. There you go.
Alright, yeah, we're good. So he took 8 from the attack of opportunity. And...
So the thing you had, the thing that casts a wild magic thing, the resets once you had a wild magic thing?
Oh, actually, that's a good point. I regain my Tides of Chaos. Thanks for that
So they
reminder.
kashcah. I was also talking in our disfavor, so I'm not favoring anyone.
Yeah, no. I'm just thinking it's like he could just do it
I was
all
just
over
afraid
again.
I was gonna die.
I could.
Rinse and repeat. Alright, so...
Good thing I have a backup character in mind.
I don't.
Alright, so you just get a +5 until the start of your next turn.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so he obviously misses in that case. And then it is your turn.
Palkas at the top of the initiative order. That's the good captain too.
Yeah, the world's gone topsy-turvy.
Palkas is going to say boom and swing at it. Actually, here, he'll move over here and do it a little bit easier. Small +1, 24.
Ooh, very nice.
15 magical bludgeoning.
Awesome.
And then
Yeah.
he moves behind this pillar. Seeing that there are 2 possible minotaurs and either of them could charge him, he doesn't want to get charged.
Understandable.
Yeah, he's not looking so good. One more decent hit and you think he'll be finished. So Grimm, would you like to deliver that?
Does that answer your question? Does 7 points of radiant damage do it?
Oh, were you not? Were you?
It doesn't matter now. It's fine.
I'm sorry. 7 points of radiant damage does do it. Sorry, Palkas.
It's alright. I was going to throw a torch at him.
Then move there.
Which would have been another
Wait.
spell.
Move there.
See, you're catching on now. Don't
My
stand
other two
next
against
to the
the
wild magic
other one.
sorcerer. Let him have his distance.
For 15 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Let's see, am I far enough away from Palkas or do I go further?
Alright.
Can I move off the map?
You can certainly
So
try.
they're moving into zombie. You really want to do that?
This
Can't
guy is
outpace
not
me
looking
yet.
good either. Excuse me. Alright.
If I live another level,
Yep.
Lulu is...
That's a big if, though.
she's not gonna trumpet again. So Thorn, it is over to you.
I'm getting up behind the one that's currently focused on Malvola,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to stab him in the spine.
Okay.
Hit him in the medulla oblongata. He's got to have some brain in there somewhere.
He's pure necrotic energy, baby. Those both hit. And he is down.
So, did
I
my
don't know how you
shield
guys
spell
survived that.
technically... Did my shield
On the
spell
skin of our teeth.
technically drop more of the party than any of our encounters so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
It's ironic for a shield spell.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I think last time when we got close is when a certain somebody lit a flame in a gas chamber.
I was out of range then. I
Yeah,
was happy.
Wow, just think. The predominant
So
amount
I
of
think-
accidental damage has been fire.
Fire has not been our friend.
It's Coyra's friend. she burned a wooden thing with it. You can't imagine how happy she was.
Every time you
And
produce
yes,
that flame
Kashcah,
blade,
that was-
something
that was
blows
a
up
feature
shortly
roll.
after.
I figured, yeah.
Well, there's all these giant bones laying around.
So
Wow, yeah. There's
with
some
these
really...
corpses where Coyra is hiding, you just see a little rat climb out of one of those eyes, looking like, "Is it fine?"
Yeah, the coast looks clear.
Palkas kind of
So
freaks
do
out
I
and
select
jumps out
one
from
or
behind the pillar,
not?
realizing that at any time
You
the
do.
shadows from it could come
It's
alive
like-
and eat him.
You feel like they're little toe bones. Well, they're not so little, but they look like they're a really cool shape. And you think that would be a fantastic way to remember like what happened to today, especially some of the charred
Aren't
ones.
Aren't those hooves?
Yeah.
I would
Okay,
actually
fine. Little
say
finger bones.
Okay.
take one of the bones from Coyra, then you also have a reminder of the charred bone.
Yeah. It's nice and charred. You can remember the time that Palkas
Yeah,
almost
as I'm
died.
picking him up, I pick up one of the arm bones, good size, club style. Give Palkas a significant look, then drop the bone.
I'm sure he was just thinking about your pack for more. more. He definitely wasn't thinking about hitting you
Yeah.
with it. No.
Palkas starts backing away from everybody and then thinking like there could be things coming from this way, and he doesn't want to get too close to the people, and he's just kind of like backed into the corner there.
So now I've got charred finger bones. Joy. What other useless junk can I pick up?
How long can I stay in a wild shape?
I think it's up to an hour.
Damn it.
Oh, no, I thought it was longer than that.
Well, I think it's dependent on your druid level.
Yeah. It's like, I think the number of... Hang on.
Is it half your druid level?
I think so. I think the number of hours are half your druid level. Oh,
So it would be
gosh.
3 hours now.
Yeah, number of hours equals half your druid level.
That's
rounded
not
down.
enough for a long rest, is it? I mean, I'm in a safe place.
Well, it's enough for a short rest.
Yeah.
Well, depends what the others are planning. She's not gonna get left behind. She's not crazy. Like, you just see one rat keeping guard, like looking out of one of those things' eyes, because
So
good hold.
Palkas is now sitting on the ground in the corner, holding a torch, trying to light it.
Yep, Coyra definitely stays in the skull.
And failing because he is not very good at actually lighting torches because he never really wanted to. But at this point, he's trying to make sure shadows don't appear. So he's a little bit mentally out of commission at the moment.
Well,
Where did
I'm a little bit physically out of commission at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And ironically, despite the fact that they were recently full of minotaurs, I feel more comfortable being inside. But you mentioned a relatively intact stained glass window.
Yeah. This one over here.
Well, let me go zoom out.
Yeah.
Oh, on the inside. Okay.
Yeah. This one has fallen like... It looks like it's fallen inwards. And although it's broken, there's like... It's broken into larger chunks. It's not... Like, these two in the front were just smashed, right? There was glass on the outside, glass on the inside. It's just a big mess. But this one has kind of fallen inwards. And it's just broken into some big chunks.
If you're walking in, Palkas will mention quietly to you, try not to be seen.
Coyra sees Malvola. Coyra sees Malvola move towards her and she just waves like, hi!
And actually, it'd be long enough that the shift would have ended.
Already?
It only lasts for a minute.
Not yours, Grimm's.
Yeah, okay.
No, my shift.
Sorry. I was like, what?
What is this? Okay, I've got this. Just the fact that it was mentioned as being relatively intact is give me this kind of wild, hopeful. idea. I'm thinking back to that big altar in High Hall.
Mm. Okay.
And does this stained glass reflect any particular deity,
So
like Thorn?
So it depicts a scene showing Thorn presenting a helm to a human, or looks like a human, and yeah, that's what it
Okay.
shows.
I seriously doubt it'll work, but it's worth a shot. It worked with the altar back there, and I'm hurting, so I'm gonna reach out and kind of like touch it with my fingertips,
Gotcha.
and murmur a prayer for help,
Okay.
assistance.
Can he see through it?
I'm hoping it'll heal, like the altar did, but I don't know.
Oh, that's a really good point, actually, because the window is not there. You would see. Yeah. I'm going to show you this.
It's kind of a Hail Mary prayer.
Okay. Make a religion check.
What about this stuff?
Of course.
That's a good point. Thank you.
Where'd it go?
Stop trying to reveal monsters.
You already
No,
pulled
he's
one
like,
out of there.
what's here?
Indeed.
Okay. Anyway,
If nothing, you don't feel any healing energies flowing your way, I'm afraid.
it was worth a shot.
So you do see, this corner is now obviously empty. There's a curtain here and a curtain here that you guys have seen. And you can see out this. This was once kind of a big window. Now it's on the floor. And you see kind of a pathways that's snaking around the back of the chapel. And this is looks like a pit. And it has, you can see this mist is kind of seeping out the top of it. It's this putrid purple mist that is just kind of creeping up out of it.
You hear that? She's going to mist us next. We are going to be so finely pulped. We'll be
After that
into a
description,
mist.
and the fact that I'm desperate for healing, is that a one-shot deal or one chance? Would it help if I kneeled down and pray?
You actually don't know for sure whether that would really work. You
know what? I'm going to try it anyway.
Okay.
Like I said, desperate.
Still got nothing, I'm afraid.
Okay. I didn't think so, but figured worth a shot. And I suggest that others might want to try it. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't pray hard enough or whatever. Or I used up my chance. Mentioned that it might work like the altar did.
Do the rest of the undead in the area seem bothered yet?
Although if Palkas comes in to try it, I move outside the building.
Coyra actually moves over to the next body inside.
A swarm of rats just moves inside.
Yes. Those these things, are they hanging above the ground a bit, or are they up until the ground?
They are they're hanging. There's just a very small kind of gap. They're not sweeping on the ground, but there's just.
Let me rephrase. Would a rat be able to see under it without any issues?
Yeah.
She actually takes a look.
Okay.
Curiosity.
You see, here I'm going to describe it to you.
It is a 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot cube of cheese.
I hear healing.
So you see that actually, opposite, there's a third curtain. So you've got these 3 curtained archways are connecting this chamber to the rest of the chapel. And in this chamber, there's all kinds of shattered furniture, like wardrobes, dressing tables, smashed mirrors. It looks like this is where priests were kind of prepared for their daily service. So this is where they like put all their fancy robes on and everything. And you also see that kind of directly to the left of this curtain, so like in this direction, there's a spiral stairs leading down.
But does she see anything that could resemble any hostility towards her or the party?
No, you don't see
So
anything.
she actually stands up, like one of the rats stands up on two legs and does a motion like, come over. She's staying in rat form for now.
Okay.
So whoever sees it, she's just motioning to whoever sees it to come over. And yes, you can bet that one of the rats is called Sniffles again.
Alright, what's everybody else doing?
Palkas stops trying to light his torch, realizing that he can't do it with shaking hands, so he just puts the tinderbox away. And just kind of, I don't know, tells the rest that Grimm went inside and he thinks Coyra went in there as well.
I love the things.
He's going to wait out here for now. He still feels a little explosive.
Malvola, are you staying outside?
Yeah, I'm kind of like. First of all, I'm at like 1/6 of my normal, like my max health, so I don't want to get into it. So I'm like, kind of.
Part of the reason why Grimm's suggesting trying it.
I'm sitting here on the front steps, aching.
What about Thorn? What's Thorn up
to? Yeah, just hanging around, making sure nothing needs immediate murdering.
Right, Grimm. I think he just walked out of the room. Well, I mean, half the party's inside. Palkas wants to leave still, but he's not going to without the rest of the party. Unless they're, like, lost and dead. And then he still might not, but yeah. So I guess Palkas would be having a conversation with Thorn and Malvola about potentially leaving and coming back after resupply. Now I realize outside of game that we've done a decent amount of clearing this place, but we don't know.
I mean, yeah, we've got no idea how it's going.
And Palkas just doesn't like being surrounded by so many undead.
So, no.
So what do you two think? Sorry, Coyra, we're not inside seeing you waving.
I know the only one that might see it is Grimm. So don't worry, she's fully aware of that. She's just trying.
I mean, it depends on what this downstairs is.
What downstairs?
Yeah.
The downstairs that you're rat poking into.
Yeah, but you don't know about that,
Yeah,
so...
that's only what Coyra saw.
Yeah, I know, I'm aware of that.
The only one that might possibly see it is actually also Malvola. No, blocked by the wall.
Hey Grimm, welcome back.
So, Coyra, you hear from the kind of like northeast, like you feel like it's like like through the other side of this this chamber. Well, it sounds like a door opening.
Yeah, upon hearing that, Coyra goes to Grimm and is like softly scratching like and trying to give signs that she heard something. She's a little bit panicking.
There's a rat kind of scratching at your leg, Grimm.
Of
It looks
many.
very panicked.
Multiple rats. Multiple rats.
Multiple rats. They're doing a little thing. They've got a little like rat
They're
pyramid
trying to
going
get
on.
your attention.
We need to get them little flags or something so they can semaphore.
They start spelling out letters.
How many rats do I have? It's a good idea.
How many hit points do you have?
24 as a rat. Well, as a swarm of rats.
Then it's pretty much 24 rats.
Perfect, I can spell out letters.
Got Matrix Rodentia.
Jeez, we're gonna be here a while.
And just
Someone
exceeded
is
Grimm's.
coming. I should run now.
First
crap.
word,
Oh, too
one
late.
syllable, sounds like
You're dead.
Now she just tries to get Grimm's attention and tries to somehow warn him like there's something.
Right, Grimm, you got a bunch of
Yeah.
rats at your feet.
At this point, I've pretty much given up on the window, and no one else seems interested. So I was already contemplating heading outside.
Right?
Wait, what was that?
Everyone's outside except for Coyra in mass rat shape.
Of course, I don't necessarily know it's Coyra. I'm just my threshold for weird and my
Yep.
level of hit points is kind of
Oh my god, it's another day in Avernus.
yeah. I'm headed out the door.
Upon seeing that, Coyra just follows. Like the swarm of rats is just
Okay.
following.
Does any of us
course they
know it's you?
They're probably going to eat me in my sleep.
You just see one stubborn hand.
Unless, of course, I decide to eat them first. For dinner.
You just see them back away a little bit.
So you coming back out? Palkas said, "What did you find?"
There's a relatively intact stained glass window in there that shows Thorn handing some sort of helm to what seems to be a human. The fact that it's relatively intact, I don't know. I tried praying like with the altar back in High Hall, but either I didn't do it right or I don't know, it didn't work. But I figure if somebody wanted to try it, there's an off chance maybe it works the way the altar did.
Question: would Coyra be able to?
And then there's these rats.
To Lulu.
Say again, sorry.
Would Coyra be able to speak to Lulu?
Lulu could speak to you, but
Not the other way around.
right.
Palkas said, "I think Coyra is a group of rats right now."
One rat.
One rat gives a thumb up.
So what happens if we put all these rats in a box?
He starts backing away from people, like
Coyra just goes in one of those skulls like, nope.
raises his voice a little bit so you can
You
hear
know,
him.
a dead wood box.
You know the thing is gonna burn. She'll find a way.
Look, if this Helm and Elder Ravensguard are so vital and time sensitive that we didn't have time to rest at the well-fortified place surrounded by allies and protected by divine guardians, then clearly we don't have time to rest now.
We're in
We
no
have to
condition.
try and
I disagree.
fight. There's nothing like this moment.
We're in no condition for a fight.
Well, maybe we take an hour.
Let me see.
But, you know, as I said back in the crypt, I thought that we were here to locate the survivors and provide Castle Keep with information on how to get them out. I thought that was our entire mission. But
As I
apparently
understood
it's
it, there was
not.
to find
Apparently our
Raven Guard.
mission is now urgent finding Raven's. So we're hot on his heels. Couldn't wait before. Come on, let's go. Simple.
Actually, that was... I think you had it reversed. It was, like, to step out of the game for a second. It was, Older Raven Guard was made the primary objective. And gaining any people that we can possibly can at the same time was great, but we'd only be able to teleport back 8 people when we communicated. But we're also supposed to get as much intel as we can while we're here. And if we can potentially make an impact, then yeah. But it was a bit simplified for us by the person sending us if we so desired. We thought, well, that seems a little more accomplishable than trying to teleport an entire city. But we'll see what we can do. You know.
Well, I'm going to assume that Thorn didn't pick up on that because Thorn's interest in the older Ravensguard is 0.
Gotcha.
Even following Palkas' lead, I'm not sure he'd have come if it was just to rescue some poncy noble mercenary.
Oh yeah, I mean, Palkas isn't interested in that. He's interested in his ability to actually save the city, if that's or his objects or magics that might do so. So
Either way, Thorn feels that we should definitely press on. I mean, we've killed all these guardians. Maybe there's no more guardians left. Let's just do it.
Maybe there's 20.
I look at it as unless someone
we
wants
didn't
to try,
have time to rest, so we can't have time to rest now.
unless someone
I
wants to try
disagree.
the window and see if it heals them, I say we find a place to rest. Whether it's a short one or a long one, we need some kind of rest. Period.
Yeah.
Even if we find older Raven Guard and he's in trouble, how good are we going to be when we're practically dead already?
Coyra stands on the stairs and is making motions like she heard noise in there, so that we should do something instead of just standing around. She's doing the best she can with the tiny rat bodies.
Even Coyra says we should leave.
And all the rats are just nodding in agreement, like, yes!
Obviously, he may have access to some relic that will help us, but I fear in my current state I'll be more of a hindrance to all of you, as I fear I've already demonstrated.
One of the rats just plays dead to show, like, if I do anything, I'm dead.
He's standing at least 20 feet away from the nearest person, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that was just gas. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yes, build up.
Yes.
We can try resting here.
That shadow scared a fireball out of me. Come on.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thought that went through my head when that happened was like the shadow like popped up, and it was one of those things where I'm sure people are familiar with, like, you startle and you fart a little bit, and it was just boom.
Yeah.
Sure, just a fireball. Just just let it sneak out.
It just squeaked out. Sorry.
Better out than in.
The rats just move back into a skull until the group has made a decision. They don't like being in the open.
So what's the consensus? Are we staying? Are we going?
There's 24 rats voting to leave.
Out the window right there. Kashcah, could you tell us, in an estimate, how much we might think, time-wise, it took us to get here from where the
From
refugees
Highhall?
were?
It's not that long of a walk.
Okay.
You know, it's like maybe 45 minutes, something like that. Maybe an hour. You guys did stop to mess around with
Yep.
stuff and things on the way.
That
so-
musical group or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
The tap dancing goblins.
No, that was in High Hall.
Oh yeah, right.
On the way here was the trio of musical goats.
Yeah, and the guy there had a normal shadow, but turned out to be a devil. Right.
yeah. That guy.
Those things.
All right.
So we could try to make it back to High Hall and rest there.
That's
The
what Palkas
city is
votes
not
for.
exactly safe.
Except if we're going to do that, let's rest
Right.
once we're there,
Yep.
or
Palkas
take a
said
short rest somewhere nearby.
we came with enough
and keep
rations to
looking.
last us a month originally.
I mean, there's a lot of houses just outside the graveyard. We really could just go and take an abandoned house. It's got to be safer than marching back through a city controlled by devils again, and assuming that no more forces are besieging the high halls as we left last time.
That's actually what Coyra was thinking too, like, why don't we take one of the houses? So upon hearing that, you just see the nuts nodding like, yep.
What's the possibility of us finding a decent house that isn't going to crumble, Kashcah? As you were saying before, a lot of them had been like zapped by lightning or were collapsing or...
Yeah, I mean, there's a fair few that have taken damage, right? And this damage is ongoing, is the other thing to keep in mind. Like, as you're standing out here having this discussion, you know, the ground will shake beneath your feet on occasion, and the big snaps of lightning, and the ever-present evil orb in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a static thing, you know, that you can say, yes, this house will not fall down because it may get hit by lightning.
I was just meaning before when we were stopping at houses, they were all pretty much like turning to rubble. But would we find some that look like they're in a decent state?
Yeah. Yep, there are some. I mean, it's a mix, right? Not all of them are rubble.
Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, we can certainly try getting back to. I don't have any pass without trace. I can't make a sneaky.
well, we could try to move as cautiously as we can to get there. I think it would be our safest bet, even though, I mean, we just recently traveled along that route, so it's unlikely that we'll run into further issue if we are quick about it.
That's certainly an optimistic interpretation of enemy territory. But sure, why not?
So Lulu will say to you, Palkas, but don't forget we saw there was some kind of devil on a nightmare roaming the streets. Do you know what a nightmare is?
Oh yeah.
Palkas would actually say, Lulu reminded me just now, the devil riding the nightmare that's patrolling the streets. Might they find us in a house or at High Hall? On the way to High Hall?
You're
Okay.
asking Lulu this?
He's just saying it out loud, questioning in general. You know, like, what's our best bet? This place here, which we haven't fully fleshed out yet, trying to hunker down in one of the nearby houses in hopes that the nightmare patrol will not find us, or try to get to High Hall to take a rest down there but avoid the nightmare patrol on the way. What are your three options? Who's voting for what?
You just see 24 rats shrugging like, what are we supposed to know? It's just rats.
Here, a house, or High Hall?
Whatever you think is best, friend Pal.
What's that?
Whatever you think is best.
That's why what he thinks is we put it to a vote, and all the rats count as one vote, though.
Damn it! So, but what if 5 rats choose one thing, the other 6 choose not? Like internal conflicts, you know.
Well, if they're going to vote differently with 24 rats, you better hope there's a majority.
Well, 8 rats vote for option 1, 8 for option.
Does remove cure psychological problems? 'Cause the schizophrenia thing is not helping.
Can you cast it enough times for everybody in the party?
I only need it for Coyra.
That's what you think.
No.
No, he's chucking you up as a lost cause.
Very wise.
Yay, there's hope for Coyra!
I say we go with the middle ground. We find a house nearby.
Okay.
That way we're not completely backtracking. After we've had a rest, we can continue looking for older Raven Guard and hope we can find a place that's at least safe enough to get a decent rest.
We really need to recruit a wizard to be in Tiny Top.
We need to recruit a priest.
And you could have just kidnapped the otter, let's be honest.
No, kind of.
No, because he
have a priest.
Time stop.
And he cheated.
Well, we didn't exactly talk to any of the people at the refugee camp. So they probably have plenty of them just sitting there.
Yeah, that's what wizards do. They just sit there.
Fortifying their defenses further. Alright, Malvola, which option are you going for?
I'm leaning toward finding somewhere nearby, but not necessarily going all the way back to High Hall, because I just see it as a greater chance of us encountering something else the longer that we're actually out in the open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coyra?
Coyra is just happy with whatever as long as she gets the rest.
He's like talking to the rats now. He's like, here, there, or way over there.
You just see the rats hold up 2 paws like 2.
I'm not donating to this conversation very much.
I wonder if any of these houses have like asbestos or fireproof suits.
He says, Thorn, what are your thoughts on it?
I am nervous about backtracking through the entire city in our current. But if you want to, then let us do that.
You just see the swarm of rats go to Thorn, like basically in an agreement, like this is an option. She can stand behind. Like backtracking too much is gonna
If you
end
like
badly too.
Coyra, you can pack into one of the skulls and I'll carry it.
Or you could just lay down and she can carry you.
Ooh, that's
the moment you hear squish.
Followed by crunch.
It sounds like a lot of tiny celeries breaking.
So, Palkas says, I agree. As much as I would like to just house with the refugees, I think it is risky to go back that far. Do either of you, and he looks at Thorn and Grimm, say, feel that you might be able to find a decent enough housing here that you think we could hide in? You seem to both be skilled in stealth, or at least much more than I am.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find something between us.
The rats are, never mind. I imagine we could probably find something.
Okay.
With my moderate stealth.
I mean, how easy would it be to spot rats in an open street?
In a graveyard, not very easy, I wouldn't have thought.
I agree.
That's another option. Are there any mausoleums?
There are.
Shit.
Yeah, and in before there's like a minotaur there.
Yeah, I really don't want to house in the graveyard. I would rather house around it. Maybe.
It was just one of those random thoughts. Wait, if there's a mausoleum,
There are, yeah.
we could hide in one of those.
Yeah, you recall seeing actually like 3 or 4.
And those are
on your way
usually
in.
built pretty sturdy.
The only danger would be if the undead patrolling the ground are triggered by disturbing the local arcade.
Or if there's more shadows or specters.
Like I said, it's an idea.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Sci-fi is right. The mausoleums did all have their doors open. There were soft pillows, blankets. No, I'm just kidding.
I tear down the tapestries. Oh shit!
Whoops.
But yeah, otherwise, go look for a house.
Yes, please.
All right, so Grimm is heading off then to
Yeah,
scout.
I'll go with him.
Okay. All right.
I'll stay at least 20 to 25 feet away from the remaining party members while they're gone.
Sorry. So yeah, you're able to kind of sneak through the cemetery and out into the street, and you start kind of checking some of the buildings that are close by, ones that don't look collapsed, and you find what looks like it was a house where there's a big hole in the roof, but the rest of the structure, like then upstairs, there's a big hole in the roof that you can actually see from the street. But the ground floor of the structure looks pretty solid and doesn't have like big windows or anything, so you feel like it would be pretty secure.
Yeah, somehow I don't think we're gonna have to worry about rain here.
Acid rain.
Basically, kind
Thunders.
of using gestures between Thorn and I. Look good to you.
Yeah.
And if we're in agreement, we go back and get the noisy ones. I mean, everybody else in the noisy Palkas.
Meanwhile, Coyra is trying to entertain the others as Rat says she has nothing to do and she's bored.
Well, you could put on like a rat version of Macbeth or something.
Gosh. Little rat puppet show.
Start juggling pebbles. You know?
I just think it'd be funny if she's in the middle of it and then changes back. Because the wild shape ends while she's in the middle of a rat puppet show.
All right. I'm assuming
like
then
out,
we
damn spots.
we follow them to this new restful location.
And hope to get a rest.
Right. And yes, I think we'll want to set watches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going for a long rest then?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't
Once
forget
we,
that Thorn can take a double watch shift because he only needs 4 hours for his long range spell.
once we get there, Coyra actually transforms into Coyra again.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like you're in the middle of somebody's somebody's kitchen. There's a large kitchen area. There's a table that's like broken, kind of big splinters of wood. Looks like kind of one of those big like farmhouse kitchen tables, and it's just kind of cracked into, and it's very broken. It's dusty. There's cinders everywhere, but there is just kind of the one small window, and there is a fireplace as well. Any remaining furniture in there is pretty well broken, but there is a sturdy door.
Yeah. Sturdy door, one small window, sounds perfect.
Anything in the fireplace?
There is like like leftovers from the last fire, basically. So charred wood.
They sound
Kind of-
useless.
Kind of clean that out as much as possible, and I'm going to sleep in the fireplace.
Okay.
That's a pretty safe.
Well, I figure it might be about the sturdiest
Yep.
spot in this building.
Yep. Totally agree.
But do you steal the leftovers? That's the question.
I don't care about that. I care about rest right now.
So. Oh, sorry.
And hope we get a long rest.
Something frog in my throat.
Oh,
You okay?
Yeah. So I think actually, let's call it there for this session. Now we've kind of settled on what you're gonna do, and we'll come back next session to kind of the beginning of. Well, actually, before we do call it, who's taking which watch? Which watch?
Which watch?
And then when we come back, I'll roll up and we'll see if there's any kind of stuff that disturbs your rest.
Dang it.
Coyra just says she doesn't mind doing watches, but she really needs to rest before she can do anything. I mean,
Then why don't you and I take last watch then?
sure.
yeah.
So
Thorn
let's be
can take
honest.
the first 2 watches.
Wild shaping twice in a row is quite exhausting.
Grimm can join you in a watch if Malvola wants to sit with you in the first watch. That would allow Malvola to get solid, uninterrupted sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So hang on. So Thorn and Malvola are doing the first watch. Is that right? Or did I get that backwards?
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
No, that sounds.
There you go.
That's what I understood.
Ah, gotcha.
And then Thorn and Grimm. And then Coyra and Palkas.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sounds good. All right. So let's finish it there, and I will. We can kick off with any interruptions that happen, if they do, at the beginning of next session.
Translation, you thought you were going to get a long rest.
Am I
As I remember, we can get away with up to an hour of fighting and craziness before the long rest is actually.
Before it's disturbed.
Yeah.
So as long as you finish them quickly, it's okay.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
figure at the very least I'll get my key points and my
Yeah.
Oh, I can't speak.
potentially my hit points back.
All right. So thanks everybody
Well,
for
thanks.
stopping in for another episode of
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Avernus. Descent into, yes, that. I'm talking in Yoda speak. I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. But we're
Bye.
taking next
Oh,
week off.
Yeah. Yep,
So
sorry, almost forgot.
come back the week
Again.
after, and we should be there.
Yeah.
So, see you then. Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.